Just going live. Okay, I think we are live, right? Yes, we are live. Morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello, we started the meeting. Hello, we just started. Yeah.
Yes, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Okay, I would like to set some. Thank you all for coming to the meeting today. It's a very important one, and I um, want to be on record one more time to have a very frank conversation with you folks out there. I appreciate each and every one of you taking your time to come to it. Even though we take it as a requirement and an obligation for people to be attending. Um, on a separate note, I want to also say that it's a very important meeting, and I want to set some rules for the meeting, which is very important. To start with, I would like everybody to be very attentive and concentrating. There are things that would be said that are important to be written down. And also, if anybody is to leave for a break, a bathroom break, or whatever, I would appreciate if you can um, excuse yourself just to notify me that you are going to the bathroom or stepping out. Um, this is something that we are supposed to do as a family on a weekly basis, with or without Mr. Joof. This meeting is expected to happen continuously. I might be present to read occasionally, as I used to, and I would love to, but time does not permit me. It's exactly 4 a.m., exactly 4 o'clock in the morning here, and Patu has been calling me back to back. I had to cut my sleep to do this meeting. The third thing I am saying is I want to be on record. If you all look at me on the screen, you would not see the normal Mr. Joof. I am not happy. I am not happy. I am sad. I am disappointed. I am angry. I am mad. And I want to have a frank conversation with each and every one of you one more time. I say again, I am not happy. I am mad. I am sad. I am disappointed. And I want to have a frank conversation with each and every one of you. Kontaanuma, dama mer, dama jaaxle, te lu bari mu ngi nekk di go on loo xam ne nekkul di demee ni ma ko buggee ni ma ko foogee ak li nga xam ne moom laa d'accord ak yéen njusoobe kandirin ne be kamfarin ne adun ŋakkuwol fana miranu ñaameng anin aliniye laahido men di ñoola jamaabi je imantara timmandi kan a ñaama. It's not the normal, Mr. Joof. When I call, I'm laughing, I'm joking, I'm teasing. Today, that's not going to happen. I am not going to disrespect any of you. I'm not going to yell or scream at any of you. With all due respect, I want to have a frank conversation with each and every one of you. And my first question that I would ask folk is is any single person here who was forced to come to Gambian Talents, either as a staff or intern? This is a question that I need everybody to respond to. If anybody has a positive answer for me, raise your hand. It's a yes or no question, but if anybody's answer is yes, I would like you to be spotted out and highlighted. Was anybody forced to come here, or did everybody come here voluntarily? especially as an intern. To give a background information, I have always said it to everybody that it is only Fat Samba, who of course was with Gambian Talents prior to us opening an office here. Several other people have passed here, but then they are no longer with us. It's only Fat Samba who didn't start here as an intern officially, but everybody else started as an intern from Ida Kebe, who is her number two, coming down to the last person, whether you are staff or intern. Everyone started as an intern and rose through the ranks. Chudut Fat Samba, képp ku fi nekk ci Gambian Talents, dang fi doore as intern. So dama leen buggal laaj, lavital ñi ni kaalale, ndax dañ fi forcé kenn wala boog yéen a choose ci seen coobere boppa pour ñëw join institution bi. And this is a question that I need an answer from everybody. Was any of you forced? Was any of you forced to come here or to join the institution, either by
Good
us
morning.
or by family or by anyone?
Good morning, Mr. Joof.
Morning.
This is Aisha Chue, and I just want to answer to that question. I, for one, I wasn't forced to come here. I came here willingly. Uh, yeah.
Okay. Next person. I don't need long answers, by the way, just for you to know. I just need straight answers from each and every one of you.
My Mr. G, actually,
Okay.
I was never forced to come to Gaming Talent.
Say your name, please.
Slim, I said good.
Thank you. There is not going to be any joke from Mr. Joof today. I am very strict and I am serious with what I am saying. I will not insult, curse, or disrespect anyone, but a smile is definitely not on my face because I'm not happy. Go ahead, next person. Go ahead.
Good morning, Mr. Joof. This is Maimuna Jaju. I was not forced to come to this institution.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Joof. My name is Ibrahim Ajada. No, I wasn't forced to come to Gambian Talents.
Thank you.
Morning, Mr. Joof. Good morning, Mr. Joof. My name is Alessandra. Nobody forced me to come to Gambian Talents.
I cannot hear you, the person that's talking. The last person I heard is Alassandra, so I'm not hearing you. Degumala. Degumala de.
Assalamu
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Assalamualaikum, Mr. Joof. Man la Awa Sow. Man ken forcé mo bu may ñëw Gambia Talents TV.
Okay. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Youth. My name is Awacham. I wasn't forced to come to Gambian Talent.
Mr. Joe. I would just say I came to Ghana willingly.
Mr. Joof. I am Sina Ousman. I wasn't forced to come to Gambian Talents.
Good morning, Mr. Joof. I am Kadi Toure. I was never forced to come to Gambian Talents.
Good morning, Mr. Joof. maa ngi tudd Musu Keva Joof. Kenn forcé wu ma pour ma ñëw fi.
Good morning, Mr. Joof. It's Bintu Singate. I wasn't forced to come to Gambian Talents.
Good morning, Mr. Joof. My name is Sirif Conte. I wasn't forced to come to Gambian Talents. Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Joof. Man la Mohamed Bay Garmi. Ken gawuma ngir ma ñëw Gambian Talents.
Mr. Joof, I'm Amity, but no one forced me to come to Gambian Talent.
Good morning, Mr. Joof. My name is Modi Elmani. I was not forced to come to Gambian Talents.
Thank you. No, those speakers are expensive. Okay, wait, let me listen. All right, Mr. Joof, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you all. And I am glad that none of you were forced or were forced to come here. Each of you voluntarily through um, direct contact with the institution or through a friend or family or another institution came here voluntarily pour ñëw bokk fi pour aller na Kafuma. And each of you were also given very important messages at your interviews. When we do our shortlisting and interviewing, it's usually a process. And that process includes stuff being broken down to you. You've been asked several questions. You like you set, tegal len sarta you set, kal ñinin kar senior ni la ka sartul landale al be d'accord tala. Yen ñep ngeen agree to the terms and conditions that the institution gave you to be part of our internship project, that you will be here for a year and will be trained. And each of you attend an orientation during which you are given contracts and documents to sign. Ma fàttali leen ne bépp kayit bu ngeen mos a sign is binding. Ale kayito kayiti sign jang la hidolem al ñanta men timmandi la. Lépp loo xam ne da ngeen ko fi sign lu ngeen war a toppala. Sarta yi nga xam ne moom ngeen wax ne da ngeen ci d'accord da ngeen ko war a mutal. Al d'accord ta al sonta la hidol menna alimenti al ñanta timmandi la le. Nga kayitol mel di yàlla, we verbally told you things during your interviews and you all verbally agreed to it. And when we have an orientation, we brought you bunch of documents. Each of you have signed between 5 to 6 different documents. I am not expecting you to answer it individually like before, but I want a group answer. Is any of you here who did not sign a document? I need a group answer. Yes or no. Is anybody sitting here who did not sign a document from Gambian Talents? I haven't heard any response.
No.
So each of you have signed documents and each of you have agreed to the terms and condition of the internship. I want to be on record today to say that most of you, ñu bari si yéen break same promises. You are breaking your agreement with us, and the internship is becoming a bigger liability. And I don't appreciate it. Liability in the sense that it's costing the institution a lot of things. And I also want to remind you that a lot of young people are out there who still need this opportunity. We suspended it, we put it aside, we stopped accepting new applications for the most part, or bringing in new people, because we want to do an in-house cleaning. We want to set certain standards, we want to renew certain things, and we want to make sure that it continues. While I'm paper enough today, I need a commitment from people, a renewed commitment, or for people to leave or tell us that we are leaving. New rules are set. We have come up with new recommendations. I have had meetings with my top management, and then I've had a general meeting with the rest of the management. Yesterday being the last, we came up with certain resolutions. Certain things are happening in the institution that didn't used to happen, and they are not okay, and we are not going to compromise them. There is zero tolerance for all of those things. Lu fi musta xew du fi xew ñu alaaw ko men nene manke jang nene ma jewo ate kela jang surtout me ya lonko amanyang. Some of them are crimes in nature, are criminal in nature, and we will not endorse it. So Lima Wahnak is very important. We don't want to waste any of you guys' time. You came here willingly, as you said. You've signed documents, you've had agreements with the institution, and it is important that you keep it. When our top managers are not here, a lot of you don't take the place serious, whether staff or intern. You do whatever you want to do. This is usually a common thing in a lot of institutions, not specific to Gambian talents. I want to tell you that it is not okay. Whether top management is there from Fat Samba, whether Fat Samba is here or not, whether Aida is here or not, whether Musa Jata is here or not, whether Aissatou Diallo is here or not, and the list goes on. The absence of any single person in the institution is not a recipe for any of you. Pour nga def lula neex. Ku nekk men diate yewoki, honey. And it has been brought to our attention because Fatu was sick last week and people had carefree attitudes and did what they want anyhow. And that is not okay. Some folks did not respect our managers or what they say and did what they have to do. The top of the list that has never happened in this institution that I will raise is fighting. There's zero tolerance for fighting or malice, the physical abusing of each other, physical or verbally abusing of each other. It has been brought to our attention that people literally fought in the institution. It's not okay. Fighting anywhere is criminal in nature. Fighting, kelo, amufi palas, zero tolerance for it, zero. And any of you who wants to be with the institution should not, must not, and will not be allowed to fight here. In this day and era of civilization, people should be fighting each other with ideas. People should be fighting each other with creativity. People should be fighting each other with innovation. People should be fighting each other with tangible things that will add value to their life, but not physical fighting. To the extent of taking it down, it's not okay. It's not, and it doesn't matter who does it amongst you. I want to be on record to say that first. Fighting is not allowed here. And it doesn't matter whether there is a top management or there is a junior manager or an ordinary staff that is running the office. Fighting is not okay. Number two, most of you have changed your times. You know, I've said this to you folks from the beginning. And when we have your interviews and your orientation for each batch of interns, we tell you that we are making a lot of changes, and the changes we are making are as a result of the changes we are making are as a result of the experience we are having with the different badges of interns. We have 9 badges of interns. Okay, thank you. We have the 9 badge of interns. And since we started this project until today, we often tell you that with every badge, we make changes and we make adjustments. Manglena fateli yen tamit ne. The action that some of you are doing is actually going to lead to how we handle this internship moving forward. A lot of changes will happen. So you can mess it for yourselves. You will not only mess it up for yourself, but you will mess it up for generations to come or people that would actually lose an opportunity. Di ngeen tax su ñeneen ñi leen jiitu woon defoon yenn yi ngeen a def tey intern egsi fii. Mr. Joof has never been this mad. Mr. Joof has never been this disoriented when it comes to this project. I can deal with the lack of support from anywhere. I feel generally that this is a project that should be embraced by the entire Gambian population. I am not doing it for myself, and I want to be on record, and I've been on record to say that this is something that is geared towards. What is that noise, please? I'm hearing a loud noise.
All right, go ahead.
I am hearing the feedback still, and it's not okay.
You are hearing noise? There is no noise here.
I am hearing the feedback still. Maybe it's your microphone.
Are you hearing noise?
Not anymore.
Okay, then that's the fine. Can I have the other fan? I think it's fine. All right, go ahead.
Yes. I feel this is a project that should have been embraced by everybody, starting with the Gambia government, the private sector, civil society, and others. I've knocked on all doors and continue to knock on doors and ask for help. It's not coming. I can deal with that and try to manage it on my own with the little that I have, and of course with very little and slim support, if it exists at all. But what I cannot continue to deal with is to have folks not take advantage of this, because there are a lot of people who are interested in this project. There are a lot of lives that have been touched on from this project. There are a lot of lives that have been changed, and therefore it needs to continue like that. So at this point, the few things that are happening, I've mentioned the issue of fighting is not okay and it's not going to be tolerated. The idea of kabudu kabudu, some of you have become best of friends, and it's okay to be friends. It's okay ngeen nekk xarit. It's okay ngeen minante. You like each other, you hang out and do things. The relationship developed to the extent that people can become anything. Ngeen a seeti wante, the visitante, they participate in each other's personal projects and the like. And we appreciate that. That is supposed to be wonderful. Ñuy liggéey dañ war a am jàmm teraanga dox seen diggante, ñuy demalante di ñëwante kata ñoye walaat na ni dole haajo soto weda korolem wala kubeto ngataje. Loolu moo tax su ñee nañu amee safaan ñu dem ci ñoom wóolu leen wala fekki leen, suñ amee bànneex ñu dem bànneexu ak ñoom. It's fine, it's perfect, it's good, and that is what we want. However, it is costing the institution somewhat, as we have been informed. It get to an extent where some of you will not come to the office if your colleagues don't come. Te bi ngeen fee ñëw xamantewu leen, alma ñoolong ngeen ànda ñëw, su kii ñëwut ci office bi, the next person doesn't come. Su kii waree late, keneen ki daf koo xaar foo doo saa batu jannaabi naa. Su ngeen ñëwee da ngeen a ànda wàcca dem lekki together, and it takes forever to come back. Wala ngeen toog foofu noonu ci table bi to have meals together and talk about a lot of things, where people want to go for coverages with only those that they know. Wala ñiñ like and ñiñ likeut. That needs to stop. This is not a tour. Lii du tour. Gambian Talents du tour. Place la buñ ñëw pour jànga, place la buñ ñëw pour liggéey, and it should be taken as such. So this kabudu stuff need to stop, and it needs to stop immediately. We are not saying people should not hang out together or do things, but it should not affect the institution. And our managers moving on will be observing that. People who are saying, duma dem ak kii coverage, duma dem ak kile coverage, or they xaarante. We are not expecting those things to happen here anymore. We have some resolutions that I will talk to you guys about in a short note. The other thing is about taking directions. Until this minute, it has become a big challenge. We have addressed this issue on multiple times, where some of you, ya miracle almuma balileti, lala kengen, ken du len lal, ken du len jege, in the sense ne, ken munut len a wax lu ngeen dégga. Su len nit waxee li ngeen def the complete opposite. Ni moy ñim faale alka jibele men diatale ale okay. Ate kela jang, it's not going to continue like that. Aduna bi su demee woon noonu, su fekkoon ne ku nekk lu neex waaye def at any point, ndekkoon aduna bi tas na bu yaaga. Naya tara non duniya tata wala nyama. Momo men diate ibe wala kela denu ñim duniya banta fereng aduna tukki na bu yaaga. Because lu neex waaye def. So therefore, we are not going to take this, and it's not going to happen. Carefree attitude, as I said, when Fatu is not here, people don't condone do certain things that they are supposed to do. Nobody everybody just comes at the time that they want, do what they want to do, go home when they want to go home. It needs to stop.
And I will tell you the resolution shortly. Some of these things we have addressed before. I'm not going to say again or elaborate more on them, but you know yourself. If you are one of those people that whenever Fatsamba is not here or either is not here, if you are supposed to come at 10, you come at 11 or you come at 12, including those of you that came late today, it's not okay. Some, even when Fatu is here, each and every one of you gave a timetable that you made voluntarily and you are not following. The internship, we've had it for a record that people should be here a minimum of 3 days, maximum of 4 days if you are an intern. And each and every one of you agreed to it. You made your own timetable. Some of you are only coming one time in the week, or you don't come in at all. And no call, no show anywhere around the world is cause for termination. No call, no show. Iman inyantanala iman na iman mo kumande. Gawara nyo call lo kente lipinulo amin wahulo kenne dumanyo is cause for termination everywhere around the world. Wala ngawara nyo suba, you decide to come in the afternoon. When we are always talking about shortage of resources, and a lot of you guys are here that will come in the morning. We have 10, 20, 30 people here in the morning and nobody in the afternoon or evening, and you raise certain concerns, and we told you that to take care of or mitigate those challenges, people may need to be flexible and change their schedules. If you come in the morning, I mean, some come in the afternoon, some come in the evenings. That way, there would be flexibility and you will have access to more gadgets because the institution does not have all the resources, including the computers and the cameras, even though we have quite a decent number of gadgets compared to a lot of media places in the country. We have, if not the most, we have a good amount of gadgets that you can utilize to work and learn and improve yourself and develop yourself. Unfortunately, a lot of you are not taking advantage of it. You come whenever you want. On special holidays, you give yourself special holidays and number of days to come when you are supposed to be actually even request this and get permission anywhere fungen them in this world. Ngeen buga serious fofu de buga liggéey fofu. Ask some of you who are family members in the diaspora, especially America, laaj leen ndax ku si nekk liggéey kaay wala ngay jànga béréb su time bi special holiday jotee like julli for example da ngaa jël of your time bu la neex number of days yu la neex 1 week or 2 weeks. Some of you are just returning to the office today when julli was 2 Tuesdays ago. Some of you a week before julli you haven't come here. 3 days before julli, 4 days before julli alman najam. Some of you are just returning to the office after 2.5 to 3 weeks. It's not okay. If you want to be at any serious institution, you must be willing to abide by the rules and you must be willing to be flexible to do certain things. So just because you are training, we expect you to do exactly what you will be doing. We are training you to do what you will be doing if you end up being employed, whether it's in Gambia or anywhere else. You saw government publish their policy that it was only Tobaski Day and day after Tobaski that were meant to be holidays. In fact, government only gave 1 day, which was Tobaski Day, as a holiday. Later on, they changed it to 2 days. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Okay. So any government worker who wants to keep his or her job, let them go and take 1 week off. Let them go ahead and take 1 week off, as most of you did. Let them go and take 2 weeks off, as most of you did. It's not okay. And I want to remind you again, and this was something that was discussed at a meeting. We had a meeting here, and I said it to all of you, that it is not okay to take a week off, to take 2 weeks off. Some of you didn't care. It needs to stop as long as you continue to be here with us. Most of you that are doing shows are not serious with your shows for the journalists. Moving on immediately, I want to see all the shows that we've committed to do. You came to us voluntarily. Some of you followed us so many times and insist, I want to do a show. I am ready. I want to do a show, this and that. We prep you. We prepared you. We discussed questions. We came up with 1, 2, or 3, or 4 guests. And finally, you were supposed to get started with these shows. You started, and some of you never followed through with it. Some of you have your shows 1 week and don't have it the next week. And this is not your agreement with us. It's not your agreement with us. All shows should happen and should happen on a weekly basis as you have committed to do. We run a media institution, and because you run a media institution, you are expected to be committed. You have people that are expecting to watch you. It's not okay to start it and not finish it, or to sit a week and you don't have it. You have been trained and given the basic tools you need. How to do research, you've been trained on. How to improvise or substitute, you've been trained on. Even whereas a guest fails you, or people that you are supposed to have fail you, you are expected to have a show. And some of you are not doing it. Some of you are not doing it. And it is not okay. You came and you made a commitment. You said, I want to do this. Moving on, effective this week or start immediately. I want to see all the shows coming up. Whoever is not doing their show is going to be taken away from you permanently, and it's reason for termination from this institution. We just want serious people to be here right now. Right now, we want serious people to be here. All of you are not serious with shows. 95% of people here are not serious with your shows, and you make the commitment. The only thing that is happening here right now is the Beat Gambia that is consistent, and kudos to the team that is doing it. Mariama B. Fati has a show that she's not doing consistently. Sena Busane, you have a show you're committed to do, you are not doing it. Our Cham, you are not doing your show consistently. Bintu Singate, you are not doing your show consistently. All the other people that are here, all of you, none of you who commit to do a show is doing it according to the commitment that you've made with us. And it is not okay. And I'm mad at all of you that commit to be doing shows and you are not doing it. Because Mr. Joof is busy and has not been following up lately on a lot of things. It's no recipe to do so. That's not what you agree with. I am very mad. I am very mad because I feel people are taking advantage of what 1,000 other young people in the country want, including yourself. Some of you followed us for a very long time. Continue to come to the office, continue to ask for the help, continue to text me, continue to call Patamba. You need to take advantage of it. And when you just started, that's not what you did. Some of you slept here, some of you came here at night, some of you came here mornings, evenings, night, different shifts. Some of you, even when we told you to make your schedule, we are willing to give for 6 days in the week, and we told you it's not practical, it's not realistic. You will not follow through with it. In fact, I have celebrated some of you based on what you done in the first month that you were here. But we have told you, input determines output. And we have the agum syndrome that we've always said to folks. Kufinyo kumase is the new impress. Didn't wax agum. So far, this is what you are doing. And if you continue doing this, you have a potential. Some of you use that and took advantage of that. It's not okay. It's not. So those of you that have
Hazali Jata just came. Hazali.
yes,
Hazali just came.
you that made commitments to do shows, you don't do your shows, it's gonna be taken away from you, and it's reason for termination from the institution. Right now, we mean business and we mean serious business. Some of you come here and you go home whenever you want without even notifying staff or any management. Any management. You come for you're supposed to be here for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. Within an hour or two, you are gone. Some of you come for 1 hour late, take 30 minutes or 1 hour to have breakfast. Then within 2 hours, you are gone. It's not okay. If you make any commitments, and we have new resolutions that I say are going to happen, and folks must abide by it, and moving on is going to be the new resolution, and things will change and will change immediately if you want to be really here with us. Lateness and absenteeism, I have already said or talked about, especially without commitment to communicate with the office, and the office calls you, you don't respond. It's been brought to our attention. Some of you even avoid the office. We will call you, you don't come, and we call you, you don't answer and never return the call. You come time bulan and just say I'm busy or I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's different from what you said. We are expected to be civilized people, and civilized people communication is a great part of it. It's a great part of it. We know people have commitments. We know some of you are married and have husbands and wives. We know some of you have families. We know some of you have other jobs. We know some of you have businesses and different things going on for you. But I want to be on record or to assure you all that we are a very understanding institution, and a good number of you are taking advantage of that understanding that we have. There is nothing here that any of you will do or busy, busy, busy wood. There is nobody here that is busy here than Ida Kebe amongst you guys. She runs her own business, as you see her always publishing her shoes that she's doing. She is having a lot of family commitments. She is going to the university full time, and she's also working here. Amut Kensi and Kuigena busy either. She jigen nipineka for the most part. And she is very committed. And you can see her communicating with the office. Even though she's number 2, if she's to have an exam, either will inform us a month or so in advance, will bring her school schedule, will tell us clearly are the days I'm having it. Like tomorrow she has her final paper. We already know. We gave her time off and dates off from this institution. Throughout last week, Sungen Sete either unless she came here to do her own thing, she wasn't on the schedule to do any work because she was on exams, and we understand her very genuinely. Some of you don't communicate to the office. You have exams and you don't communicate it to the office. You just decide not to come, not to show up. Not to show up. It's not okay. Ida will communicate, even though she's number 2 in the office. She will communicate with us. We will give her time off to do the things she needs to do. Time usually, some of you went away. You would not even communicate, even when you were at the meeting and I said it, that people should be able to communicate to the office. In a lot of places, you will seek permission. Sometimes it's granted, sometimes it's not granted. Here in America, I have worked for so many years where I did not even go to the Salikera to that was the Wala book, garden si bi joge fa ñu arrange ben 2 hours just for you to go to the Salikera, and from there you leave. And Seattle bima dekani, for your information, ñaari julli mo fi de am wala ñetta, including julli bu passé ni. We have 7 o'clock prayers at ICOPS for the early birds. Ñi nga xamne dañ wara liggéey ñu téla xey ñoo dem julli ji, suñ paré ñu continuer dem liggéey kay. You can ask the folks in Seattle. Some of you may have family here, they will tell you. You come to work, ñëw am julli ba pare continuer dem liggéey ak sa xafta non nga ci em. Some of you never took any permission, never informed the office or felt it was necessary to inform the office. The next thing, people been giving projects. You start it and you don't finish it. You don't communicate it with anybody. Communication is a big issue for a good number of you, whether you are going to be absent, whether you are going to be late, whether you need time off, whether you need to leave early, whether you are given a project that you need to do and you are having any difficulty, whether you are having a show and you cancel the show, whether your guest doesn't show up, whether you are sick, whatever it is, you think na mun nga ñëw time bu la neexee rek ñàkk a ñëw time bu la neexee, mun nga def lu la neex time bu la neexee ñibbi, and you don't owe anybody any communication. Some of you have projects that you were given to do, either by me, by Fatu, by Ida, or any of the management. You commit to do these projects, and you never followed through on it. Until this minute, they are not seen. Some of you went for projects that you initiated. You asked us to support you. We gave you the support, the necessary support, including the financial backing. Have you go away with our cameras, with our memory cards, with our gadgets, and hurt the institution, whether it is something that you do in the greater Banjul area or something you do in the provinces, you come back, and until this minute, some of those projects are not aired. Some of them are not edited, or you start them, or they even got lost, or the memory card got missing, or the project gets deleted, and the like. Is that how you run an institution? If this is your own place, I bet you, and you do it like that, you will not go far. If this is a place that you are asked to manage too, or you run it that way, it's not going to go far. Then you have gadgets anyhow. Yesterday, some tripods were shown to me. Do you guys know, for heaven's sake, how expensive these equipment are? Even when they are not expensive, they are not readily available in Gambia. Bagaas yi ngeen am access to. Most of you never touched them. Most of you never had access to these things. Musuleen la laal. Musuleen na gis. Suñ leen ko demee ba jox nag ngeen war koo toppatoo war koo take care of. No wonder a lot of institutions in the Gambia don't do internships or they graduate from it and not give young people the opportunity. You go to some of the places that are teaching multimedia related skills, they charge you thousands and thousands of dollars. Some of you have been through other institutions as interns or as students, and you know the amount of money you pay to get into these courses. For heaven's sake, you know. And this is not boasting or bragging or anything, but you know the access you have here, you don't have it. Some of you were usually sent to go, demal general ma get reserve, demal general ma buro nyebe, demal general ma buro akara. That's all you did there. Or you just sit there and hold the light all through. Today, camera person, you've never touched any camera, you've never touched any computer, you've never been given any password or access to do any live videos. You have 100% access here and have the opportunity to grow and rise through the ranks and equally be able to make money. If you are an intern and you are not making any money from this institution, if uncountable. If you are an intern and you are not making any money, khaymal sabopa. Because input determines output, and all of you learn about this. If you are a staff, even if we commit to pay you $5 and you are only receiving that $5 every month, if uncountable, there is something you are doing wrong. I'm not ashamed to say this. Gambian Talents does not have money, and it's input that determines output. I've said it. Man, dime do you know super post? Not a single dirham come to my pocket every month. If you guys make any $500, it is divided between the staff and the interns that are there. Let me break this down for you guys one more time. Every month, the accountant Babukar will tell Fatsamba how much money he has in his account. And Fatsamba will send me a list of all of you guys' names. And we will discuss Manak Fatu. Key definitely. Key involved na si project B, key involved na si project B. Key sacrifice na these nights and these days and this afternoon. Ñëw na si project B, key mo de shoot project B, key mo de def li, key tukki woon na, ñin tata ñin karitole, ñin tamatale, ñin project okele, ñin project okele. Adabe ñin tole nung, they went to this coverage, they did the sacrifice. They were part of the road to Ndewenal. They went to Badibu. No, they were the ones that traveled with the president. No, this person came this shift. They are the ones that do the big Gambia show. They did. Show is very consistent. Every week they have a guest and they make sure their show is coming. We will discuss all of these things and then we will discuss and decide how much everybody is given on top of your base salary or allowance that we are supposed to give you. I have said this to you before and I'm saying it again. So Sophie Neke, so ñëwee war a ñëw 5 days or 4 days nga ñëw 2 days so committee ne you will come for 4 hours and you leave within 2 hours. Be assured that you will not go home with any money or you will go home with very small amount of money. If you are supposed to come for 4 hours in the day and you go home 2 hours before, be assured that you will not go home with any money, or if you are a staff, you will only go home with your base salary. We have a bonus system here. And it works like this in a lot of institutions. And I have government institutions in Gambia that are actually trying to introduce this. Gambians in Gambia cheat the system always. People don't earn their salaries. People don't earn the money that they make in Gambia. How? Because they come and work for 2 hours and get paid for 8 hours. This is cheating. This is cheating. People are not usually productive in Gambia when they work in institutions. They're supposed to come in at 9. They call their friend, Bindal Masibuk Bine Mangfa. They come in at 11. It's not okay. This cheating needs to stop. And you know what I'm talking about. So if you want to be making money here, you need to work for it. If you sign up for 5 days and you are coming for 3 days, you're not going to make any more than you are making. In fact, you should be appreciative if we give you your base salary or whatever we agree with you on. And I can guarantee you this. Is Ida Kebe there, Fatu?
Ida, yeah, I can call her.
Call Ida for me.
Ida. She's coming. Coming. And you answer. Go in.
Ida,
Ma'am,
without mentioning your salary, I want you to be on record. Are you not receiving more than or up to 5 times than you used to make when you just started here as a staff, not even intern, right now?
Yeah. Yes.
This month alone, did you not make way more than your regular salary or what you made a couple of months ago?
Yeah.
You don't have a car that you are right now from the institution.
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Where is Musa?
Musa, answer.
Oh, sorry. So that people can know you are asking. Uncle Musa, no, you don't need to come inside. You can just stand there.
I am very disappointed. People that are watching, somebody is saying that, at least you smile. Bilaite do not smile. I'm not smiling because I'm not happy.
And don't smile.
I'm not happy. Musa, from when you started here, are you right now not making up to 4 or 5 times more than what you used to make when you just started here?
Yes, that is true.
This month, did you not receive an additional amount of money, or every single month for the first few months? Have you not been receiving an additional amount of money than your normal salary? At least sometimes 1 or 2 or 3 times more than what you normally make.
Yes, I have been receiving more than what I was receiving before.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's all I wanted you to say. The same thing applies to Ibrahim Sanyang. Ask Sanyang the same questions. Sanyang will tell you the same thing. Ask Lamin Sise, who is not even here right now. Day after the road to Ndevenal, Lamin went to their village for holiday, for vacation, and it's approved by the management. Even though he is not here, where Bidafa day and he gets his salary more than what he normally makes. More than what he normally makes. Lamin Sise had that. And the list goes on. Aissatou Diallo is right here with you. You know how she is. Gis ngeen ko mashallah, touch wood. She is in the same situation. All of them, Fatou Samba, Aissatou, all of them you ask. We discuss it. And some of you that are here, if you want to volunteer as interns and staff, they will tell you whether they receive more money than they normally make or not. Is Danjo here?
No, I sent him for coverage.
Okay. He is an exceptional person so far as we use Agum that receive money. Yes, we will use the Agum. Based on what he has done, he has received money, probably even more than some staff, because of his performance. Sirif Conte, you are sitting right there. Did you not receive some money from the institution this month?
Yes.
So Kufi talks and Fogne, I mean, can be use only.
Yes, I did.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The more you do, the more you get. Sirif is an intern. Danjo is an intern. Some of you that are here, obviously, whether an intern or staff, you got it. This is very transparent. So you say, Mamuna, definitely, I'm the confidence to do this and do it live. Is because I am very confident and passionate about what I'm doing, helping young people. Not a single dime comes to my pocket every month. Instead, I will send money that will come to me. Mohamed Mbaye Garmi nekkuloo Sénégal ma la faa yónnee xaalis.
waaw dëgg la.
dang ma jox lem wala dang ma jox sukur pour ma def ko.
non déedéet.
Okay. Did I not tell you the same thing? Ne input determines output.
waaw loolu nga ma waxoon kay.
ndax amut ay weer ma yónnee la lu takku loo xam ne dang ci smile mu am ay weer yónneewu ma la dërëm.
noonu la fa demee.
Exactly. I'm not saying this because I want to do anything. 3 weeks ago or a month ago is when I last sent him money. I'm not saying this because of anything, but because there is no shortcut in this life, and you young people need to understand that. Dangen need to understand lulu yen young people. The people who are watching, they know it's mad. This is not how I act. This is not how I talk. So there's na siyen na kufi bugat palace. We hope to grow as an institution. Kufi buga palace. Kufi buga an opportunity. Kufi buga excel. You must be willing to work. Kupare uta ligay. Kui pare pour cheat system bi. Pare buga lu yomba. Ilafitala in the easy way. This is not a place for you. Because ding fi neka be jeexal and you will not achieve anything much. Or nga neka di mer unnecessarily. So this is what these are some of the things that have been happening that we need to change. Some of you are listening to others. Just this week, unfortunately, I have 2 people that are, and this is what made me mad more. 2 people. The last one was last night, that one of them sent me a message to say that they are resigning. And it's okay to resign. Remind that then again. It is okay to resign in any institution. I'm not saying that none of you should resign. It's not illegal. For neka, bugatlo fa neka, warnga muna bay. It's a fonyonole. But I want to be on record to remind you guys, there is a way to do things. There is a way to do things. And it is what you do is what determines what you have. If you come to the West, there is something called eligible for a hire. When you apply for any position anywhere or you are working there, you are giving conditions that you need to follow. And if you are no longer interested to be there, you are expected to give notice. You are expected to give notice. And Mawaklen, Nifine Konsien, when Ramsey Diab came here and we were doing the farewell for Pintasanyang. Any of you remember that? Yes, yes. Any of you remember what Ramsey told you? Let me ask that question. Any of you was here who remembers what Ramsey told you? Who can share it with your colleagues?
There's a try.
Okay. I saw our cham's hand.
I could remember he said that in any institution you found yourself, when you live in, you should live nicely.
Yes. Anybody else wants to try?
Yes, I could also remember she made mention of don't slam the door when you're going out. When you're leaving, leave nicely, so that when you want to come back, it's going to be easy for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is exactly the word I wanted to hear. Do not slam the door. And most of the people that are leaving this institution slam the door behind themselves. Bul bang bunta bisoigina. Kana bunda tawung nyame alonko ita yele no la koteke. Kandu nila fita muruna nang. It's gonna be hard. Some nek soigina gajel bunta bi banko bem teju te ameulo chabi bi. The key is not in your hand. Chabo mantare bulu. Ni muruta nang so deme nga tawte si biti nga delu si wan buga ibisa bunta bi. Yo yai sona. And young people of the Gambia need to understand this. Binta Sise, we are talking about nekatut fi. Dafa dem Banjul, wacha Westfield, jaar fi ñew nan ndox bu séda, ñew use bathroom bi, waxtaan kafre ak people. Momod Lamin Jawara ML was just here yesterday when I was having meetings with my management. Demba ndax barki demba. He came and interrupted our meeting. ML used to be an intern like you guys. He was the one doing the same program that Mariama B. Fati is doing now. Dafa ñëw interrupt suñ meeting bi ñu waxtaan kafre ñu waxtaan kafre. Several people who were here dinañ fi jaar gis nga su nekkutee ne bugatuloo liggéey sax pour ñëw Gambian Talents auto work come back here to work. Rafetal dafa am solo, and you young people need to learn for rafetal and don't slam the door or bite the finger that feeds you. Do not slam the door or bite the finger that feeds you. I know the efforts that have been made. I know the sacrifices that have been made to sustain this internship. For heaven's sake, I remind again, there is no support to maintain this. There is no support to maintain it. I'm passionate about it, and I take it as a corporate social responsibility. There is no money coming into the institution for a very internship. There is none. And even for most of the projects, Gambia then go fi alafudi. 90% of the coverages you go for, there is no funding, there is no support for it. Ku ñëw either ñu initiate project wala ngeen initiate ko, dañ leen a support them would give you the money, give you the resources, give you the camera and everything, ne leen dem leen ngeen doxal. You need to be able to be frank with us. Give enough time. And when people do that, I appreciate it. There is nothing wrong with leaving. Nothing wrong with leaving. But do it the right way and give enough notice. For you guys' information, Musu Keba that is sitting right there had given a notice that she will be leaving in December. Imagine Nyungsi August, Dipi July or June. Musu had already told us that she's leaving in December. Nobody is gonna hold her accountable for anything. It's good to be honest. It's good to do things the right way. But don't talk on the same day in a text, man. Go get somebody to write a letter for you and you send it to me, a very colorful letter telling me thank you for all the things you do. I have left. I'm no longer at Gambian Talents. And some will not even come at all. They don't talk like me quit. We call them, they don't come. So in press card, they take along with them. Other gadgets or assets, they take along with them. Our uniforms or t-shirts, they take along with them. All of you are told that you don't own these things and you need to return them. Out of courtesy, when you quit, inform the institution you are with that I am going to quit. Train other people. Hand over the things that do not belong to you and have a smooth transition. So you will be eligible to rehire. Aduna dafa guda tanka. Munga dem, singa yakar, dohot. And I am not worried. Let people promise to pay you $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, and you said you are going to leave. I only do what I think I can. You are not doing a project or projects that continuously bring in money. Nekut business bo xamne wala daf business la bo xamne da nga nek di indi xaliss ika ko do sambanan. If you claim bring in 50,000 a month, nga mëna claim 20,000 or 25,000 as salary ñu jox la ko. But your linga def is not bringing in dime. Butut. Just imagine that. Your linga ligay indi wut butut. Ngena dañ la wara fay 10,000, 20,000 or $30,000. Yow yaa ngi jàng sa loxo moko. Yow luñ la guide mënuloo koo def. For the most part, you cannot take major initiative. And you think that is okay? So some that have left might be influencing some of you. Wana Lenko before, other lecturers or instructors or people we brought here to mentor you have told you. Andu len ñew fi yeen ñep albe man naja ñola. Dama leena encourage ñen xam seen soxla. Bu fi nekkon ne bayina mu pollute seen mind or tell you something. Xam len ne andu len ñew fi de te worsak yi duñ benna te seen background si duñ benna. And la background ol manki kiliti. Some people have left or are deciding to leave or are not happy with the institution. In fact, may not be happy with maybe you being given an opportunity that they don't have. And as a result, dinañ ñëw suku la, dinañ ñëw wax la, dinañ ñëw follow sa mind, ibela mind follow. It's left to you. If anybody is talking and telling you stuff and polluting your mind about the institution that you know you've been sitting home for the longest and you didn't have the opportunity. At the end of the day, that's not CEO to either listen to the person or you don't listen to the person. To follow what the person is telling you or not to follow what the person is telling you. Why Hamza Sola, si jamu ya la boka. Ukela hajo long, adabe alabatu konole. And I'm saying this just because I want to encourage you. And it does happen in a lot of institutions. I am not ashamed to say it. Let people live. People come and go, the institution stays. There were people here before you guys and all of you, and there will be people after all of you. This is an institution, as it is said, government come and go and the country stays. People come and go and the institution stays. And I've always said it, whether Mr. Joof is here or not, I want to set a legacy that whether I am here or not, this institution I would like to stay. And I would like to stay to be an institution for the young people, run by the young people. Su ngeen ko defaree seen boppa ngeen ko defaral su ngeen ko yaaxee seen boppa ngeen ko yaaxal. I want to remind you again, su ngeen ko defaree seen boppa ngeen ko defal su ngeen ko yaaxee seen boppa ngeen ko yaaxal, and the people that will come after you, which is the young people of the Gambia. We all know how our country is, and it doesn't have a lot of resources. Government cannot do it all, and it is things like this that will be able to change lives, and we have indeed changed lives very positively. We have touched lives in a very positive way. The projects and the things we do are impacting a lot of people. Not only you, the interns, but even some of the work that you do. Alasan, but have you not been receiving money to give to the people from your area? When you came up to me and said, Mr. Joof, I want to go there and showcase what is happening in our area. Did I not support you and ask the management to give you money for you to go to your area to showcase what is happening there? Has this not helped the people of your community? Has this not helped the people of your community? And your phone number was put there and you are receiving donations on behalf of the people of Dokado and you are delivering it to them and giving me a report.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Man la Alassane Ba. Mr. Joof, loolu am na. Bu ma demee am na ñoo xamante ni call nañ ma sama nomba lañ jël ba pare bugg a jàppale nit kooku noonu si yaaxu-yaaxu bu mu amee te xaalis bu takku la woon tamit te man bu ma liyee sax buñ ma contacté ba ma laaj leen sax ñu ne ma sa nomba bi lañ fa gis man dama surprise sax because dama nekk nit koo xamante ni yàgguma si institute bi so wóolute boobu noonu bu ma ko gisee man si sama boppa daf ma yokku jom si affaire si maa la jërëjëfal ci loolu tamit thank you very much.
These are the things I'm telling you. So when you say my remind or bring some of these things, it's because of what is happening. If you underestimating the institution, there are a lot of lives that are being touched. Some of you come up with initiatives. Some of your communities were not known or giving any media attention. And until this minute, no media wants to go to some of those places. You come from the provinces. Man ci dex yi laa jógee waa Farafenni laa suma papa Kër Biram la juddoo I'm a pure body bunka I'm proud of it. You want projects to be showcased. You want things from the areas that you come from to be showcased. We support you. We did it for not Alassane alone. ñoom Musa Dahaba dem nañ fi seen place moom ak Lamin Cissé for a month. Other people, Nabia, you come and initiate projects with Para. We give you the support. You come from any area. You want to go there. You come and we empower you and we support you. Projects. These are very important things that I wanted to say. Finally, those of you who want to leave, you can leave after today. You can leave after today. But if you want to be here, some changes will need to happen. I've been on for exactly 1 hour. I've spoken. What are the new resolutions we came up with based on what has been said? The management have agreed. Right now, we are going to have, even though we used to have it, we are going to have MODs, managers on duty. On each day, one person will be responsible for the institution. And that person has a lineup of things that they need to be doing. We have written down all the responsibilities of the manager that they will be doing on a daily basis. And those responsibilities, the manager on duty will be held accountable by the management during our weekly meeting on the days that they run the shift and the issues that happen and how they handle it. It is going to continue to be training. All of you are fortunate. You have a potential to be employed here. And if employed, you have a position to grow into a manager and have several other opportunities that Ida and Musa and others continue to have benefits and privileges that they continue to have. And if you are not employed here, at least you will have the basic training that anywhere else you go in the world, you will be able to work and you will be able to follow the rules. Di nga xam sooy bàyyi ne da nga war a make some of these things some of you didn't know in the past. Xamuleen ko woon, you didn't know them. Now that you are here, we are training you and showing you these things. The first resolution that we have, or new resolution, is to engage your parents. The last two badges that came, then engage in parents and guardians. And you've signed documents and they have signed documents. So ngeen ko buggee fàtte, dinañ leen fàttali seen parents yi. Because maybe some of you are taking this as a joke. It's no longer a joke. I'm not taking it as a joke. And actions may have to be taken for some people to take it seriously. So we are going to engage your parents and guardians. And if we ask you to mobilize and you call them, we will give ample time and we will give 2 to 3 different timetables for either one of your parents or guardians to be able to show up. And we will share some of these things with them, the frustrations that we are going through, and to remind them that what they have signed up on your behalf, you are not fulfilling it. We will call them directly by ourselves. You gave us their contacts and we are going to contact them and schedule a meeting with the parents or guardians. The other thing that we are going to do, we have a new schedule. Right now, it's no longer going to be moving on the internship starting today. And for the rest of the week, we expect you people to give you a new timetable to follow. And it must fit within the times that we give. We feel that because we have given too much leeway, we have given people too much power and too much flexibility, they have decided to take it upon themselves. You give 4 days, you come 1 day or 2 days. You are supposed to come in the morning, you decide to come in the afternoon because, oh, so much we say afternoon, or this is what I'm going to have, or you do things the way you want to do them. It's not going to be like that. Moving on, all interns, anybody who wants to be an intern here should come for 4 days in the week. And all staff, 5 days in the week is compulsory. Some of the staff, of course, that are newly brought on board, do whatever they want to do and are still acting as interns and not staff. And being a staff is different from being an intern, and you need to graduate from that. And I'm glad that most of you are here today. You are no longer interns. Staff must be here for 5 days if they want to keep it, and interns must be here for 4 days. And we have a new shift that we have created, and the staff, the interns, you need to come in. Aissatou Diallo can tell us the new timetable that we have for interns, and you must fit, your time must fit within one of these. If you cannot do it, this is the end of it for you. This is the end of it for you. So, Aissatou Diallo, if you are there, you can come and read the new timetable that we have. We have 3 different timetables that you can pick from.
Aisha.
Yes, 3 different timetables that you can pick from as staff, as interns.
Aissatou Diallo.
And you must be able to pick from one of these 3.
Come and read the timetable for the staff. Bring your phone.
So, yes. So the rules that we say is this: we will engage your parents. 1, the new resolutions, we will engage your parents and guardians. 1. Number 2, we are going to create a new timetable, and your time must fit within one of these. And moving on is going to be new. Moy li ma len wax ci gannaaw rek da ngeen ko yaaxal seen boppa and people that will come after you. So this is going to be the new rule. Number 3, we are going to have the manager on duty, the MOU on duty, to actually rule the book. We are going to have a separate book for interns that is going to be ruled. A line is going to be drawn by the staff that is on duty, the MOD, the manager on duty, at the particular time. Susi Tege, 15 minutes, the MOD is expected to rule the book. And this is going to be a new book that will be exclusively for interns, and we will have one that will be for staff. So, Sophie Neke, ñëwuloo nga call kenn sa collègue si ne ko bindal ma suma tur foofu noonu soo ko bindee te gisuñ la, you are going to be in trouble. The MOD is going to be on duty, and 15 minutes after, he or she will take the phone and start to call people. You were supposed to be here at this particular time, you are not here. So if the MOD will explain. You will have to explain to him or her while you are not here, and it is your obligation to call the office so fake late to say I am going to be late. If any of your colleagues or if any of you write the name of your friend, because a friend call na la ne la bindal ma suma tur, damali bindal ma ko ci book bi. Suñ la jappé, you will be in trouble with us because you are breaking the policy of the institution. So we are not expecting anybody to do this. We know it happens. We know some of you will try to do it. We know some of you have done it in the past. Capture Nenko, we know it. So if you are not here, do not call anybody to move in Lasatu. And Kula call Nela Bindal Masmatu. Now, if your name is written after the book is drawn or a line is drawn and you come late, you will have to explain yourself. If you don't come at all, you will still have to explain yourself, and there are disciplinary measures that are going to be followed. If you are a staff that is here, we already have this policy and we will start implementing it. So fake any staff, no worry you. So late, anytime you are late for more than 30 minutes intentionally, wala nga ñëw ngay dem lunch for 1 hour or so, we are going to take out $100 from your salary or whatever you are making. And if you no call, no show, if you don't show up deliberately to our pay maker, we are going to take out $300. And yes, we have implemented this policy before. There was a time that we took out $900 from somebody's salary who was supposed to be here and they were absent for 3 days and Boromam lied at all. We are going to do that as a first measure of taking people and some of the staff which was communicated to you. So this is another measure we are going to take. But I said to Jalo, go ahead and read the new timetable, and I want people to write it down, and you can pick one of these times that works for you. It's not 10, 11, 12, 1. You must pick one of these 3 times if you want to be here as an intern. Go ahead, Isaac.
Good morning. So the timetable is as follow. Every intern, you have to be here 4 times a week, 4 days a week. So the first shift, that is the morning shift, it's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you are coming in the morning shift is 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. 10 means 10 and 3 means 3. Afternoon shift is from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Afternoon shift 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Then we have the night shift 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. in the morning. Can I repeat, or are we on the same page? Do you all understand? Okay, morning. Yes, interns. Interns timetable. This is meant for the interns alone. You have to be here 4 days a week. Morning shift start from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Afternoon 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Night 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. So the staff timetable. Staff, are you taking note? Every staff you have.
It is important for you to state that the night shift should be productive from 8 p.m. to what time? There is supposed to be a cut of time.
12.
Yes, from 8 to 12, the night shift should be productive. And after 12, if you need to go to sleep, you go to sleep. We are not, so when we say from 7 p.m. to 8 a.m., we are not expecting you to be productive or be active for the 8 hours, for the 12 hours or so. The reason why we are doing this is because we want people to be able to be on the same page. So if you are coming for those hours after 12 p.m., if you want to read, you can read. If you want to watch your football match, you can watch your football match. Whatever it is that you want to do after 12, after midnight, you are not expected to be engaged in work-related stuff. However, we are not expecting people to be trying to go home at the time because of security reasons. Xam nañ dëkk bi naka la mel, xam nañ dëkk bi naka la unsafe. We know that the country is not safe and it's difficult to have transportation after 12, 1 o'clock at night. And that's what it is. I said, was it 12 or 1 o'clock? Because I think it's 5 hours for each of the shifts. It was 5 hours for each of the shifts.
Then it's
yes.
Sorry, then it's 1.
1 o'clock, yes.
1.
So we want to be fair to each of the shifts. After that time, you are not expected to be productive. Yoya hamlanga bugadef after the time. You want to use the internet. So the student, you want to read, you can read. You have other personal things you want to do. You want to be on your phone. It's left to you. But we have made a concerted effort. I have sent some air mattresses. Some are already in Gambia there. You already know it. Some of you are using it. Some are not yet there. air mattresses that you can use to go to sleep. So ngeen buggee tëdda nelaw, so ngeen buggee def anything, you can do it after that time. If you want to stay longer than that, it's fine. But this is the shift that we have for people. I mean, if you go out for coverage, obviously, and the coverage takes you extra, these are things that we've already talked about. Xam ngeen ko. But the minimum amount of time is what we are telling you, as the expectation is. Rules are good to be set, and you inspired this. So ngeen ñëwoon ngeen jël ko seriously, and you are not taking advantage of it. Nekku leen di def lu leen neex kum neex waaye ñëw kum neex bum ñëw men diata moye wato men diata moye amari na wato men diate yesay. We are not going to get to this level. We made it very flexible for people to make their own shift, but moving on, it's not going to happen like this. And you know, any place you go to learn, you don't make your own shift. They give you the schedule. Some of you are students, you are going to the university, you are going to colleges, and you know at those places you are given a timetable and you must work around that. And that is why those of you that are here and are going to other colleges or universities, you come and bring us your schedule. You don't decide those schedules, it's given to you and you follow it. So in this case, that is what we are going to do too. So ñun Gambians yéen ay dang ñoo may yëpp ñu jël yëpp te nit duñ la may yëpp nga jël everything. So this is going to be one of the new resolutions that we came up with, and we are expecting people to follow it. And we have been very flexible. Isaac, to continue, if you have something else you want to add to that.
Yes. So I believe it's clear now. The night shift is from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. So for staffs, every staff, you have to be 5 days a week. For staffs, it's 5 days a week. And the timetable, morning shift start from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Afternoon shift 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. Then the night start 8 p.m. to 7 a.m. But then, like he said earlier, it's from 8 to 1. You are expected to be so productive. From 1 onwards, you can do your personal stuff. You want to sleep, you can do that. So do I need to repeat the timetable for managers?
Staff.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes. So we can hear it. We are making, you all heard it, we are making new resolutions. And this is one of them, which is what we just said is one of the new resolutions that we came up with. So in addition to that, the book is going to be ruled for both staff and intern. The MOD responsible will rule the book at the time. If we say 10 o'clock is when all interns are expected to be here. By 10:15, the manager is going to rule the book. And when they rule the book, they will start to call people to ask them why they didn't come. If you know you are going to be late, you have a responsibility to inform the institution that I'm going to be late, and it's not expected to be a habitual thing. If it takes you 5 hours to leave your house and get here, we are expecting you to leave your house 5 hours earlier. We know some of you live in Para, some of you live in Birkama, some of you live in Sarepate, some of you live in Wulinkama, some of you live in Serakunda, Talinding, different places, Burfoot, Gunjur, Tanje. But wherever you live, sa coobere la pour nga ñëw fii pour jàng, as you all said at the beginning, and we expect you to take responsibility and make it happen for yourself. If it takes you 5 hours, I emphasize again, pour nga am moto pour ñëw, génnal sa kër 5 hours before. If it takes you 3 hours before, leave your house 3 hours before to come here. But lateness, once, twice is acceptable, but every week nga late 5 times, every single day, or 4 times or 3 times is not okay. It's not okay. So if the manager rules the book, if you are going to be late, you have a responsibility to let us know. So if any of you is not able to hold on to this new schedule, to pick one of this new schedule, you are not expected to be here. You must be willing to come to take one of these new schedule. Do you have to take all 4 days in the morning? No. All 4 days in the afternoon? No. All 4 days at night? No. You can mix and match them if you want. So one day morning, 1 day afternoon, 2 days night. Come 2 days morning, 1 day afternoon, 1 day night. Come 2 days afternoon, 1 day morning, 1 day night. It's left to you to mix and match. But we are expecting you to actually be able to make this commitment. We must be serious about what we do, because then flexible too much is why people are taking advantage of this, and we don't want that to continue. So finally, like I said, it's input that determines output. We are going to start dropping people immediately. If you are staff and you are not following the rules or following any of the rules that we have made before, you all have the policy document. We are not going to sit here and lecture you on it or review it. Ku nekk si yéen bi nga ñëwee fii as an intern, you were given our policies and procedures, and you have agreed on it. You signed off on it. These are the rules that are guiding the institution. We expect you to follow them. So ñëwee, the manager on duty is responsible for making sure that each intern and staff follow all rules, regulations, policies, and procedures, including. Can you not hear me?
I think we are having internet problem. All right, Mr. Yu.
Yes,
Yeah, there was internet issue.
yes. So the manager on duty is responsible for making sure that all staff and intern follow all rules, regulations, policies, and procedures. You all know what those rules are. I will not read them one by one, but I will highlight things like using your phone while you are on shift. You all know it's been brought to our attention. Some of you, in fact, have come to the office putting on t-shirts, taking pictures of it, whether it's t-shirts, it's uniform, it's whatever, taking pictures, snapping in the office and doing things. As long as you are being productive, some of these things are not okay to be done. We are not here to be showing the fanfare or taking pictures and just posting on social media when you are not, after all, productive. Sitting in front of the microphone as if you are doing a show or you are being productive, going on social media and writing a big post, bindalu rëy te fekk defuloo anything. It's not okay. Sitting behind the cameras or sitting behind the computers to act like you are doing something productive when you are not, it's not okay. These are all different things you already know. We are not expecting you to be on your phone. We are not expecting you to be eating inside the office or studio. We are not expecting you to be lying to the institution. We are not expecting you all the different policies and procedures that we have given you before. We expect you to respect all of them. Des na si yéen nag su ngeen demee. The managers are required, ñoom seen boppa, to actually learn and refresh their minds on these policies, because ñoom ñëpp they started as an intern and they all signed off on it. They need to be the ones to enforce it. So su manager ñëwee si yow di wax ak yow, déglul lim laa wax and act on it, because they are the ones on duty for that day. This is what I wanted to say. This is what I have. Fatu, Isa, or Musa, if you have anything you want to add, you can go ahead. We took 3 hours yesterday, and this is different from the management, the top management meeting I had with only Fatu and Ida. The three of us had our meeting, and the general managers have our meeting, and that's when we came up with these resolutions, and it's going to be followed moving on. If any of you, Fatu, Aisha, or Musa, or Ida, have something to add, we can go ahead for a short while. This meeting is not going to last more than 2 hours. We need to be out of here and do other things, because it's going to be a long day. It's 1 hour 22 minutes since we've been on. So if you have anything that I've left behind you want to add, you can go ahead. If not, we open the floor for questions, comments, suggestions, or whatsoever. Thank you. I'm not hearing anything if somebody is talking. I'm not hearing anything.
If you want to say anything, you can say it. Give them.
Patu, Ida, Musa, Aisa Tujalo, you have something to say, you can go ahead.
Um, I think you guys already discussed. I told Fatu in the morning before you guys started the meeting, since I was busy inside. I have concern with the interns and staff, most especially in terms of achieving their project. Sometimes you see somebody coming here, whole day, 2 days, 3 days, telling you they are researching a particular like topic. And I think it's important for them to understand the value of time in terms of media. There is no time to waste. Let's say there is something that is trending and you want to research for that for 2 days, 3 days, 1 week. Before you realize or you complete that research, that story is already stale. Nobody have the interest to participate in that. So whenever you are given topic, I think it's really important to research before doing any project. But then it does not mean you have to do that 24 hours, 48 hours before doing 15 or that's what I observe. And another thing, there are certain interns or staff among ourselves. If you give them project, they just choose the topics that they want to do, or you give them questions, they go outside and change and do what they want to do, which is not right. In us, you want to say something? Yes. In as much as you are smart, maybe you think the staff or the manager on duty, you know better than the person. At the end of the day, if anything happened, that person is going to be responsible. And another thing, some of you guys will come whole day doing research. I think we need to put this up, the computers. Some of you will come to the office and when you ask them to do certain things, when the manager on duty asks the individual to do certain project, they will be like, Mr. Joof, that's my job project. Fatu Samba, that's my job project. I think it's important you do that project because that manager is the one on duty and he's directly communicating with Mr. Joof, Fatu Samba, and other senior managers. If anything happens, the person is going to be responsible. So what you need to do is to do what you are asked by the manager on duty. On that day, right now, we are even working on that to paste it outside so that you guys will understand the importance of the manager on duty. And the issue of people leaving without informing the manager on duty is another thing. Sometimes you are given a project, let's say to edit a story. You don't complete edit, you just leave it like that on the desktop. You go home. Next minute, the other person might think it's already aired or it's already exported. The person might delete it. We have been missing project for the past weeks. And the issue of saving projects when you already saw the flash drive or the hard drive is indicating red. Last week, we even had that incident whereby we lost a very important hard drive. Somebody saved a project when the hard drive was already indicating red, and we all knew red is danger. You still forced to do that, and at the end of the day, your project got missing and other important projects. So I think those are the things that I have to add.
Thank you.
Aida.
Thank you very much, Aisatu. It's very important that we listen. Aisatu is usually has been the main MOD or manager on duty for the morning shift. Now we are going to shift it, and every day we'll have one person that would be on duty instead of Aisatu alone. This is to train more people to be more flexible. That way, if Patsamba is not here, if Aisatu is not here, if Aida is not here, the next person can take charge, and any of you can be trained to those positions. And that's why we said we are going to be cutting down some of the people, and we'll be left with a few serious ones. They are willing to work and take this thing to the next level. So that's what we are going to do moving on. So if you want to be part of those that are going to be here, that will be receiving benefits and incentives, monetary and otherwise, you must change your ways and you must step it up. And that unseriousness is not going to be here. Ida, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. Just to add on to what, okay, good afternoon. Just to add on to what Isa said, together with Mr. Ju so far, I think the point that I'll come in will be the issue of cleaning the office because lately it's becoming a problem. The first impression, everybody will come early in the morning and we help each other and clean the office neat and tight. Then later on, we've noticed that some of you people are waiting on each other, or you will be coming behaving as if you are a senior person, or you are acting as if the next person didn't come, I will not be able to clean. Or some of us will even come and sit there instead of helping each other to get the work done. You'll be there chatting on your phones and stuff, which I think is a sign that needs to be improved by every one of us because the institution is ours. And as I always say, the things that we're going to do here, we're the one using it again. So if you leave it like that, or you met us not taking care of it, you guys will not meet it here. So I think it's fair enough if all of us are working together to help each other rather than sitting waiting for one another, or you take the initiative and want to do it, or you are asked to do it. You just go and just do anything that you want and you go. Because lately, when I started cleaning the office, the amount of trash that I removed from this office is too much. So we'll be questioning whether you people or us do clean the office or not. Because if you do it right, it's going to be nice. Everybody who comes will feel that fresh, that clean, fresh air, rather than just doing whatsoever and then you go and sit. At the end of the day, it will not help you. It will not help the institution because you people are the one coming to the institution. We are the one coming to the institution. So if we take care of it, we're doing that for ourselves. If we leave it like that, we're doing that for ourselves. Just as we say, feel free wide of sabofa. You're not doing it for either or for Gambian talents or for the next person, you're doing it for your own self. So I think when it comes to the cleanliness of the institution, it's something that we need to really pay attention, more especially this season. We are in the rainy season. Some of us will just be like either we have carefree attitude. We will go out and come with a lot of sands under our shoes, and we know that the next person is cleaning, and we start doing things that if you that person doing that, the other person did that to you, you will not like it. So I think at this season we need to work together, hand in glove, instead of leaving the work or waiting on each other to get it done. Thank you.
Thank you, Ida. And I'm glad that this is coming from you, the managers, because you know very well if the managers are cleaning. Again, we are not ashamed to say it. Yes, we are not ashamed to say it because at the end of the day, we are a struggling institution. And people that are coming here, kusine kasa kiriako clean, we don't have the resources to be paying somebody to come and be cleaning the office. So, su fekkee ne ñun ñëpp ñoo ko use, mbele ka use, ñun ñëpp mun nañoo make a concerted effort to actually clean it. And we are not ashamed to say that. And nekkul ne manager si dañ leen ko bàyyee, Pat Samba is the one that starts this cleaning. Su fi nekkee, first thing she does is clean. Even if I am having a briefing with her, she will tell me, Mr. Joof, just allow us to clean the office. Monday, most you get this past Monday. When I was trying to have a briefing with them, I woke up from my sleep. She was like, why don't you go back to sleep and allow Ida and myself to actually do the cleaning? And when we are done, we will call you back. And I said, okay. It took them 45 minutes to an hour. They took videos of what they were cleaning. And when I saw the dirt, I didn't like it. Bimagi said, office binakala tilime. We are expecting people to act, especially if the managers are doing the cleaning. None of you have any exception or excuse not to do cleaning. So it's very important. Musa.
Yes, good afternoon to you all. I just want to add on what the other managers just said. As Mr. Hughes always emphasized, input determine output. So all of us are not from the university, or we don't have university graduates here. We are all learning from each other. So one thing that I want to share with you is about the technical sides. Well, most of us are doing journalism. Only few are doing technical, let's say, camera work and then other streaming softwares. So if you look at me when I was coming here, I didn't know anything about streaming. I didn't know anything about camera. So everything that I have learned or whatever I'm doing today is because of my research. So some of you will be here the whole day without doing no research, nothing. Maybe you just want to concentrate on your phone, using your phone, browsing different platform, social media platform. So what I'm encouraging all of you, let's try to do research, because when you are doing research, whatever you want, let's say camera work. Even me, I'm not perfect when it's come to camera. You have different settings when it's come to camera. Different cameras are available. So it's only research that make you to know those types of cameras that you are using here. So the streaming software here, the Atom switcher is here, the web presenter is here, the Mini Pro presenter is here. All these are hardwares that we use for streaming, but they are all packed here. So I'm the only person, maybe me and Ida, we are only two of us are able to use it. So the rest, well, I think see this lady, they are trying. They are trying, but some of us definitely we need to, we need to do more research, so that we will be able to use all these gadgets that we are having here. Mr. You've have been spending money on these gadgets, and they have been lying here, without, let's say, no use. People are not using them. So other institutions, they have the same gadgets, but others are there. We have more gadgets than them, but these gadgets are here. We need to know them. We need to research these gadgets so that we will be able to use them. So thank you for.
Can you close our door?
I'm glad, Musa, you said that. I'm glad you said your experience that when you just came here, you didn't have any experience. And he's right. He didn't have any experience, whether with camera work, whether with editing or anything. But right now, anything that has to do with audio or video or visuals, if Ida doesn't do it, Musa does it. So Suko Musa Munedef, you ask yourself, why can I not do it? So some of you that are eyeing other institutions, you want to go work at other institutions. If you don't want to do 5 days here, you will go to other places and you do 5 or more days. If you don't want to do 5 hours here, you will go to some other places and you will do 8 hours there, 10 hours there. Li ngeen a bañ fi yëpp da ngeen a dem si yeneen place di ko def. And whether you will be paid more money or not is a different story. And if the commitment is made, if Musa can make more money, if Ida can make more money, gisuma why you cannot make more money. But we are just not, and I would say it again, we will not just give people money because they think they deserve it when they are not working enough to make that happen. So Fatu, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Joof. And first of all, I would like to thank everybody that is with us. But one thing I would say is everybody keeps talking about input determines output. But I would also talk about.
We cannot hear you any longer, Fatu. And I am on my bed, as you can see, so I will turn off my camera for now because I've been sitting very uncomfortable for a while.
Mr. Joof, are you hearing me?
Yes, but I said I will turn off my camera for now because I'm on my bed and it's 5:35 a.m. So I've been sitting uncomfortable for a minute. So I will turn off my camera, but I'm here. Go ahead.
All right, no problem. So I think people talk about
You
input
can take me
determines
off the
output.
screen. Tell them to take me off the screen and then you
Can
be
you do that? Huh? Thank you.
yes, let them have you on the full.
All right. So I am thinking everybody talk about input determines output, but I would always want to tell you your face, whenever you see people, you should look at them inside their eyes. But once you do anything bad, you will not be able to look at people inside their eyes. Yesterday, I sit here and I receive a call from Haruna Drame, and I think we are live on the screen. We are live on TV. So what I'm saying is not something I'm hiding. I worked for Haruna 3 good years, 3 good years. I am no more working at Paradise. But do we know that today's program, Dr. Ismail Sise and what is his name? Halifa Sala, their program, it is facilitated by Haruna. I have to just pick up my call and hello, Uncle Haruna, Sukana or Sukulo, and we all joke, we all laugh. It's nice. But if you leave any institution, get them, okay, again, don't worry. I don't care. The next minute, you would go to another institution and you will be the head of that institution and you will need something from Gambian time and you will not be able to do it. I sit here sometimes, other media house, especially online, we go to programs, their batteries got finished and they would just do me this. I borrow them. And among all media house, I can sit here to say, I'm not saying we have the best gadgets or we have almost all the gadgets. Just last week, Mr. Joof sent a camera that cost $500,000. $500,000. It was right here. And Musa have to go, I think, or either some of them have to go and decide for the camera. It is more than that amount. Mr. Joof have to borrow it to somebody that we might be using in the office. Some of you are here. If you leave Gambian talents, I say it. I went with, I think, Isa to Koli and also Kaditura. I once go out with you and we ask for memory cards, the ones that we use. 3,000, 4,000, that's what we hear. Some of us are here. We have our families, even for us to send us, including myself, my sisters. Let me just tell them, buy me this small memory card for 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000. They will not do it. But some of us, we will come, mistakenly. Just say, this is spoiled. It's better than somebody go to the field and later end up seeing that it's spoiled. When Mr. Joof was starting this internship, if Mr. Joof have to hear me alone, he will not do this internship because me, honestly, I am tired and I am very, very tired. I was sick whole of last week. Media chiefs call me. Hello, Father. I'm fine. We are very tired. Very, very tired. The whole of the Julie, I will be calling people. We would call them. They would feel us. We will go on the way. I said to call is here. We went to the Juma. We had problems that we have to even consult other people. At the end of the day, I'm stressed. I'm talk my whole I cannot do anything. We work so hard. Duma de dem gente. Suma biological sister buma work on nearby the farm here. I am not in the house because suma ligay bi moma ko jaral. And I want to encourage everybody here. Work for your money. When you work for your money, anybody you give $1, you would feel that you give that particular person million because you work for it. liggéey bu rafet dafa rafet kuy bàyyi you can leave any place. I left other places. I work at the Ministry of Information 11 good years, 11. And some of you, if you think what you think, you are not going anywhere because what you think is not what is happening. If colleagues tell you, "Nit daf la fay," we work at government for 11 good years. 11 good years. I started as a reporter. I started as a media assistant. Before I left, I was a senior media assistant. Your salary is not even up to 2,500. And I'm saying this, and anybody that work at government can come and tell me, "Luma wa neku diga." Not even 2,500. And you are working at government. And 5 days yang ligay. In those days, you go to State House to cover program. You sit there, suba, be goody, you talk, la program, be cancel. So some of you are here with zero experience. You want to shine, you are not shining, and you will not sign. Because Mr. Joof dafa struggle so hard, dama ko dee yërëm. Man personnel dama ko dee yërëm because man maa dee dem jëndi ji bagage yi container yi. Ñuy fay xaalis bu bari. Bu bari, si just container, may have $2 or $3, you charge like 8,000, 13,000. Sometimes he will not even have money, and I'm saying this, man mako abal halis, my own personal halis, ma abal ko kumu fay. Because time bu mo buga yoni halis, ida mo call ko wara yoni halis, ko nono time bi, neko time bu mo jok. And I will go there, be borom container bi guy right now, then mahami. So man ñëwé ga ñu ne ga maintenance ñëw na. Mr. Joof is investing so much money. Ñun dundé tok ñu am anybody ku ñëw computer si fi nekk yépp is from Mr. Joof. Some of us are here balaa nga dee am liggéey, and I am saying this, and ku wéedi li ma wax na ñëw mu wax ma ñun uti ñaan liggéey ñu ne la kaay nga tëdd ak man. Some of us we go to ut liggéey especially ñun jànga yu whatsoever nga ne sa kàppa yi rafet na o tey fekk ma fii o whatsoever nga slim ñu ne la yow moom ceeb bu sew nga. We see that all the time. All the time. Nga gis nit mu ngi am jëkkër sa still ñu laa tiis ñu bëgg a tëdd ak yow. All of you when you were coming here nobody know Fatou Samba. Now man sa duma dee def interviews. Aïssatou Diallo moo dee def interview ak Baboucarr Cissé, sometimes Aïssatou Colley facilitate. So yéen ñu bari you were here, none of you amul anybody koo xam ne ñëw nga fii nga ne dama jaar through A or B or dama xam mbokka. Sometimes I have people that call me suma doomi mag dafa apply bala ma faatu. I said I'm not responsible. ñu dee responsible ko interview si nekkut man. Other people do it ku nekk ak sa liggéey. At this institution there is no corruption. Some of you ngeen start ngeen ne ngeen def programs nga start programme bi tey ëllëg next week doo ko def. Yesterday dama wàcc ak Mohamed Garmi ak Aïssatou Colley. Garmi nekkut fi all these years parce que moom mu ngi Sénégal ñu ngi wàcca benn góor mu romba. What did the person say, Aïssatou Colley? And I want you to explain. Just come closer so that I can take. Oh no, don't explain. You have been around. So Garmi, I want you nga wax loolu kooku waaji lan la ma wax.
wàcc daje moom am na ay bagage yu ma la doon wàccil si suuf ngir dafa am foo waroon dem ñu dajeek benn waay boo xam ne biti réew la nekkoon mu wax la ni la yéen la Gambian Talents dama leen di seetaan lu bari li ngeen di def mu ngi nice wax fa wax yu rafet li muy seetaan ak mu apprécier ko lool sax te di wax ne bu sañoon sax ndax si bis boobu la waroon ñibbi waaye bu sañoon sax dina fi ñëw ngeen gisante waat gën a yaatal waxtaan wi ci biir loolu nag am na lu mu jëlee ci gafakaam ngir jox la ko mu nekk teranga pour mu génne si poosam jox la am lu mu la jox ngir rek kii gërëm la ci liggéey bu rafet bi nga xam ne Gambian Talents mi ngi koy def te di la wax ne la mi ngi lay bàyyi xel bu baax bokk na ci li tax bu nekkee foofu noonu du fàtte fii te mi ngi gis liggéey bi loolu daal laa gis te waaw.
Alright, jërëjëf Garmi fana Garmi wax na lu am solo so ñeena si yéen a ngi toog sometimes ma dégg nit mi ñu and I always say this kenn su nekk de si office bi man kese in those days man ak Aida dañ daan def loolu ñu teg caméra bi live ñun ñu toog ci kanami caméra bi def so very well Mr. Joof lu mu setabee institution bi ci ñëpp génnoon ci institution dafa seen xaalis bu bari from cameras 4K cameras la ñuy use yaagut bu yaagu balaa fani julli bi ñu amati beneen HD caméra bu ees pool bu mag fu keneen mun a taxaw den fa taxaw ñu éega fa ñu def fa bam saf saapa but sometimes sometimes people like man lu ma dee war a def ñiti suñ toogee di ma dee taga dama dee wane honestly intense den ma ko dee xañ because dama dee war a toog sa ku research the next minute Mr. Joof mu ooma lii demut o den war a am ak meeting kii dafa war a def show I told Mr. Joof man dama sona si am show o am meeting ak ñit ne ok na diw def show ok dañoo def lii at the end of the day kooku mu toog mu quit ko that's not nice everywhere bu dee bu nekk dañoo toog ñu review some of yéen yéen a ngi fi seen xol yi moo naka seen jëmma moo fi nekk waaye seen xol yi nekkul fi some people ñu ngi jaxase office bi every day and I tell you if you think whatever you are saying ñun dégguñ ko we hear it some people call each other yow yaay fenkati office or whatsoever Mr. Joof say this all the time I don't want anybody to come to me and lie to me even man suma boppa suma ñëwee ma ne ko Mr. Joof man office bi dama dee mën a understand dama mer because let's say Musa nekku di ñëw office or Musa mënu technical wo dafa wax oyal Musa mu ñëw nga wax ko si kanamam and that's every time what we always do barki dee ma dama toog si Sunday bi suma former boss ku tax ma am liggéey information benn paa bu maaga dama ko dem ma toog rek ma seeti ji ko just whatsoever ma dem seeti ko maa ngi ñib si mu may ma benn ganaar bu mag a mag a mag dee ma moom leen doon reeree fii si office bi man Aida Musa ak Danjo and Sanya imaginal kooku bu ma help it was about 13 years ago ma mun a dem toog rek seeti ji ko suma former boss current boss boo xam ne information ministry moo nekk guys seen director Aisha Davis and I'm mentioning her name dafa toog mu just ñëw rek suma kër ne daf ma ñëw seet si def lu baax moo am solo soo tasee anybody doo rus all of the people ñu apply internship bi kenn ñëw fi mu liggéey si benn institution some people came here bu ñëw apply benn experience am ko zero experience some people tey ñu toog ñu ne den bàyyi institution bi den génn dem liggéey feneen fine we don't have a problem go somebody and I would explain this story again mi ne dama apply si place gars yi musul maa jox liggéey dama dee dem toog si media house I'm not going to mention media house nii laa dee toog di dee seetaan gars yi di def seen daje borom mu ñëw fii toog muy liggéey ñu jàngal ko ni ñoo demee live demee everything tey kooku mi ne fa toog mu bàyyi te media house boobu is one of the biggest media house in Gambia mu ne dem na mu dellu foofu we give the person 2 months the person is no more there so forget you know the work you don't know the work including myself every day you are learning fana Musa ñëw na mu wayi fi technical work every day Mr. Joof mu ngi jënd different software some of yéen soo leen demee si yeneen place only ku téye light rek nga faa nekkee su production di am so I want people ñu xoolaat seen boppa bu baax I work in a place information again I explain suma benn collègue mu ñëw mu ne bàyyi leen liggéey yéen ñëpp alright lu tax ñun ñuy bàyyi ñun suñu maas ñu ne we will not quit kooku mu ñëw mu bindal letta mu bindal ñeneen xale yëpp seen letta ba pare mu dem mu yóbbu ko si beneen office bu ma liggéey am not going to mention turam moom si boppam mu dugg si office director mu dugg ba pare letta bu mu woon xale yi ne dafa resign letta boobu mu jël ko mu toog mu waxtaan ak boss ba pare mu jëlal ko dugal ko si poosam xale yi ñu dem ñu yóbbu seen letta ñu drop ñu ne bàyyi neen paa bi ba léegi o góor boobu ba léegi ñiti di ko gis si office bi an xale yi ñu ne diw saa nga mu ngi si office bi ba léegi mu ne parce que xale yi ñorul man ma ñor so some of you are here send friends ñu ngi leen a influence ñu ngi leen a wax waa dañ leen a use who will use you when you came here with zero experience anybody ku bëgg a apply right now to any TV station in Gambia you will either have bachelor degree or you will have at least a high school certificate there's some people when they were coming here that certificate amun ko du haste no certificate some of you when you were coming even send exam result we don't see it and Mr. Joof say he care less about that let him touch your life moo ko gën a important Aida Kebe is here bi moo ñëw fii high school la jeexal mu ngi start University of the Gambia colleagues am yu nekkal most all of them left moom kese moo toog kenn mu dem si biggest television in the Gambia mu toog mu gis Aida mu ngi dawal moto mu toogaat mu applyaat si office bi mu ñëw mu fa ne Fatou moo ko interview Aida mooy boosam Aida mu ko interview Aida di ko laajte questions the next minute we even want to offer her the job she don't feel comfortable to stay in this office ko Aida nekk boosam because moom moo gënoon a brilliant Aida so some of you are here fii nekkut place boo xam ne nit dafa toog anytime mu dem let people all the people ñu feel ne mënuñ fee nekk ñu feel ne bëgguñ fee nekk go ñun suñ maasi suñ butiti fii lañ ko suul I work at Star FM 3 good years and anytime dama dee toog ma call menga dama am mic problem bi dimbale ma AOBOC and I go to Star FM anytime I want Sarah Kamara is there personally I sit here I work for Teranga FM suma contract je gars yi oyaat ma dem ma liggéeyal leen munuma liggéey I am busy all right fine baax na amul problème indil ma keneen man suma boppa some of you yéen a ngi fi jigéen yéen a ngi xulu yéen a ngi xii it's meaningless man suma assistant yëpp they are all jigéen fan naa only Musa rek moo fa nekk góor Aida is jigéen Aïssatou Diallo is jigéen Bangola is jigéen ñëpp góor ñëpp jigéen leen te ñun du ñoo xuloo Aida si julli bi suma kër la julee barki démba den toog xaaji guddi wi man Musa ak I think Sanyang ñu ngee génn guddi ma call Aida ma ne ko damaa ñëw seen kër foo nekk at 12 o'clock mu ne mu ngee nelaw call naa ko ba soona uyuwul ma call yaayam mi ne Aida mu ngee nelaw ma ne ko baala ma jama ko Aida génn ma ne ko baala ma maa ngi nii sa buddi kër génn si mu génn si ñun ñëpp ñu taxaw foofu ñu waxtaan jaama dafa neex ak am fula ak am fayda la and I am saying this some of us we are betraying Mr. Joof big time and all of it dañ de wax ñu ne soo naka lañ ko de waxee ñu ne soo xaw ma garmi yaa ma war a dimbale de waa ku waru ren ba déwén soo ko gisut kon da nga oru den la ko tiiñaw and I am saying this bu ñoo start office bi koona leen nekkoon benn jigéen ñu ngi ko interview woon Semester Avenue mu dem toog fekk Mr. Joof mu ngi def programme ne ko your place is not studio your that place is a hot xaw ma naka shoot office bu ndaw leen starté dara amun ko office bi yaaxu ñu am taw suñ bagage yëpp tooy foofu noonu caméra si yëpp yaaxu alaaji manka moo ñu ñëw dimbale ñu jël office bi ma yóbbu ko suñ kër suma boutique yaay ñu génnee bagage ñu dem def fa office ñuy liggéey foofu ma ne Mr. Joof comme que office bi yaaxu na doo bàyyi mi ne déedéet lii dama ko bugg a def dama bugg a dimbale xale yi ba tey xale yi ñu ngi toog su kenn ñëwee tey ëllëg nga ñëw gannaaw ëllëg nga ñëw fii nag nekkut fi kenn këram fii ñun ñëpp la nekk suñ kër koo xam ne feel nga ne mënuloo nekk si office bi Mr. Joof daf laa use please just go home and you sit there su ko defee kër bu la kenn use démba toog neen ñu gis fi ML mu ngi ñëw ML Jawara fii la nekk mu ngi doon def Fashion Avenue dégg nga ñëw na mu ne dafa start ubbi shop boo xam ne dafa def ay ñaw imaginal hit na mu ñëw ñun ñu defara ko free marketing o ñu defara ko advert eyaa ko jaama moo neex some of you are here last week gis ngeen fi benn xarit Mr. Joof mu ngi jógee all the way si diaspora mu ngi ñëw advert la bëgg ko ñun ñu defaral ko jaama moo neex so some of yéen soo leen foogee xam ngeen some people ñu ngi toog right now because ñu ngi bëgg a bàyyi o ñu ngi bëgg a dem dañoo gaawalante start bëgg a ku jàng all of these things ñu dem si Musa ñu dem si Aida waa jàngama lii naka lañ ko dee defee demal beneen media house na seen ñoom dinañ toog ñu jox la benn little place ku yow nga toog everyday nga indi benn programme go people want quality man suma maasi we are not doing what we are supposed to do because every day yaa ngi ñëw sometimes some intime man musuma ñeme ña tongo suma boss I never did Aisha Davis is watching naka la kii tudda what is his name Ismaila Cissé Taranga FM Sarah Camara they are all there munuma leen a tongo but some of you da ngeen dee ñëw soo leen gisee Fatou Sama ngeen jël seen kanam yi ngeen stress ko Fatou is not stress and she don't want to be stressed by nobody ñeena si yéen soo leen ñëwee ngeen tongo some of yéen da ngeen dee gis suma call you don't pick my call and sometimes an own benefit la just like last week somebody called me personally and say dafa am benn jàng dama ko dee gis seen TV bi dama laaj kooku ba bugg a dee dama am lu ma ko bugg a yónnee I said amul benn problème yow la kan noo tudda okay can you do it and then whatsoever give the person my number ma ne no I cannot give your number dama xaar kooku mu nangu a yes or a no ku ma jox la number mu ne oh thank you no problem call kooku ba sona the person is not even picking my call do I want to talk to you do you know how many people call me every day and want to talk to me and I don't have time because maa ngi liggéey gis nga fula fayda is good for everybody it's good for everybody but some of us dañ dee ñëw fii leen dee toog duñ dee liggéey dara soo paree nga toog nga ne da ngaa research when you see maa ngi bind si fii nii ne these computers are not meant for naka la research it's only meant for editing loo research soo toogee tey suba ba ngoon nga jël naka la caméra naka la computer bi nga nekk di research naka leen dee fixé ABC te practice loo ko doo perfect Ami Diba is here daf dee nekk si diggi soo bi mu ngi ñoo eya nga toog nga gis mu def nii because xam na sometimes machine jine la dafa toog mu off dafa toog mu change di maa ngi wax ñoom Musa Ami Diba some of the problems yu ñoo am Musa mu la ne item mixer bi o xaw ma naka la loolu tudda lin dee use mi ne once na fay ko daf dee change boppam automatically so some soo leen starté ngeen dem liggéey si yeneen media you will know what I am saying because doo leen fa laal dara ngeen fa dut laal dara Mr. Joof zero budget government every day man dama dee dox ba ma sona every day maa ngi dem Ministry of Youth and Sport every day maa ngi dem Ministry of Land every day maa ngi dem different ministry yóbbul leta ñu ne la leta bi dafa réer for them to help young people da nga fa ne ñun suñ amoon course bi mu amoon what is it called funding dinañ toog man suma boppa as manager man suma boppa as so called celebrity because maa ngi feeñ si internet dinaa toog di bale but dama di clean office bi because suma kër ku fa dem dama bëgg nga fekk suma kër mu ngi set but some of yéen soo leen ñëwee attitude soo leen ñëwee sax ngeen fekk sa yeneen collègue ñu ngi bale sax ñeneen nii o nga xam ne ok su ma teelee ñëw damaa bale xaaral ma toog fii ku fi bale wu ñun dañoo bale ñun managers because ñun fii leen di amee taranga some of yéen you are not doing anything do dem school do dem class even soo dem school sa school bu nekk dafa am waaca ay da mu ngeen dem university si 4th year am last year te until this minute amul benn bés boo xam ne ay daf di war a nekk fii nekkut fi but some of us time bu ñu neex ñu ñëw time bu ñu neex ñu dem some of us dañuy toog 12 o'clock ñu ñëw o nga ñëw 11 o'clock nga toog nga ne ngeen di di next minute nga dem toog Mr. Joof nag dafa invest so much money man personally every day ma wax ko su ma toppee alone do any more people or su any people 1 month su ñu koregut daa xal borom mu dem but nga ñëw ñun ñu spend time orientation dañ fi dee nekk ba time boo ñiti dañ dee complain ne suñu orientation daf dee yaaga suba la ne start orientation 9 sometimes 6 o'clock or after timis and Kadi today you are here send back I think yéen seen boppa da ngeen doon complain ñu nekk fi di lii some of yéen da ngeen ma dee text onda please Auntie Fatou help me I want to be part of the internship but I'm not taking te dégg naa shortlist ngeen ñit so I think maybe you can bring Mr. Joof he want to say something that's why he's calling so some of you have to look at yourself
Yes.
he's investing so much time he is the only boss bu nekk America right now this current minute gaa yang si guddi mu call office bi dina mu ngi seet certain offices you go to right now government offices a private sector boss yi du ndee teel a dem dañ dee toog ba time bu leen neex ñu éega you work in private institution moom mu ngi nii dafa toog nekk di use time am but ñun ñu bari si ñun suñ xol yi nekkul si office bi Mr. Joof dafa mer te dafa war a mer man suma boppat all of us we are disappointed with the people we have in the office suñ ñëwee ñu ñëw ak carefree attitude ñeneen danaa wax sax ñu def nii seen kanam man suma boos suma toogoon nit ku ma bugga nopp ma ba bugga dee mu bugga maa ci suma boos mu ngi taxaw dinaa rusa wax because of cër bu ma jox kooku tey soo toogee sa yaay mu ñaanal la even Gambian ta su laa jox 200 bi yow yaa ko liggéey te bi ngeen doon ñëw course bi we told everybody that we would not pay anybody a dalasi because da nga ñëw ku jànga and practice make one perfect right now danjo time you moo ñëw ñu bari si us they are not coming that time so leen toogee sa colleague mu lii some of you da ngeen dee lijjanti ñit salary awa ñaata nga am ñaata nga nii you don't do that man I don't want to know nobody's salary and for now Mr. Joof dina war na ko manager si I draw people's check te all the managers ñëpp ma uppale salary te man maa draw guys seen check yi but I feel la ñoo ma gën a liggéey because this week maa ngi feebar Musa lum am lum ko bëgg a defee I don't care I don't want to know Aida lum am I don't want to know but some of you da ngeen a toog piitu sa morom kii yow ñaata nga am ñaata la office bi fay kele ñaata la loolu fekk yow gëmuloo sa boppa mënuloo sa boppa soo mënee sa boppa doo xeeb dara some people ñu ngi liggéey si naka lañ ko de waxee mini market ay restaurant 1500 sa duñ ko am te ñu ngi fa suba la ñoo liggéey suba 8 o'clock la ñoo dem ñu ubbi ba 7 o'clock ñu ngi toog night staff bi mu ñëw te lekk sa duñ ko am dara duñ ko am
Okay, Fatou, we need to wrap up. Like I said, we have a lot of projects to do.
I say this.
Fatou,
nowhere. We are tired.
Fatou.
Yes.
Yes, so we have a lot of projects to do. As you stated, we have been investing a lot of time into this internship and talking to people very consistently. We have deliberated enough, and all of these things are things that have been said. The Mr. Joof of today is different from the Mr. Joof before, but then we'll continue to do what I do, of course, with several changes. But just to reassure people, ne, lepa lu ngeen def rek da ngeen ko yaxal ñeneen ñu ñëw after you, and people can act like angels when they just start here. Suñ demee ba si kanam ñu wecceeku and show a carefree attitude and everything. I said the meeting was not going to last for more than 2 hours. We are almost here for 2 hours, but every deliberation is worth it. And we mean every single thing that we have said.
whether said by myself or any of the managers that have spoken in the person of Musa, Aida, Aisatu, and even Fatsamba. These are not decisions that I make alone. Then talk ngam kontibo ñu xayma suñ boppa set at institution be see what is going wrong and we
Mr. Youth.
decide to change it. Uh-huh.
All right, you can go ahead.
Yes. So we decided to make these changes that we are making. I now open the floor for questions, comments, suggestions, and whatsoever for the next 15 to 20 minutes to see or until we answer the questions. It's the debate between Halifa Saleh and Dr. Ismail Assise, and we should be covering it live. We should be doing analysis about that and live coverage of that event. So Fatu Musa and the rest of the team need to go for that project. So before then, we want to be able to answer any question, comments, or concerns that people have. Everything we said here is important, and everything we said here is stuff we mean, and folks just should just be able to follow through with the rules that have been set. Um, Moving on, and the more it happens, the more changes that would take place, and eventually, dafa again are strict. It's not going to get any easier, but more strict. That would give less people the opportunity to set standards. It's not easy. Standards in your set, we would end up thinking that maybe the people we bring same level of education, Mosori would or Lilele, with no disrespect, but with time we may set bigger standards that would disqualify other people that would have had the opportunity. But let's go ahead. Any question, comment, or concern from any of you?
The mic is here and everything is here. Anybody that wants to talk, feel free. Anything, even if you have anything against anybody, say it. It's part of it. We are here to learn from people and we accept our challenge. We accept that we're not and will never be perfect. We are always
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Man la Alassane Ba. Ci lu may wax rek mooy comme lu wax ni ci affaire yi baay bi mooy nit ku nekk nekkut baay bi rek de nit ku nekk fépp foo xamante ni yaa ngi fa liggéey même wàllu dëkkandoor sax dëkkin bu rafet dafa am solo soo nekkee ak ñoom dëkkin bu rafet bés booy génn dana doon lu rafet soo bëggee te ñëwaat again ok man la Alassane Ba ok comme like light modem of moo tax dégguleen bu baax so comme like déggin bu rafet dafa am solo comme nit ki soo dëkkee ak moom dëkk bu rafet sooy dem da ngay gis ne loolu doo ci am benn kersa ba pare tamit soo demee ba amatoo noowee towee ñib si rek mooy solution bi da ngay gis ne soo bëggee ñëwaat da ngay gis ne loolu tamit dana doon loo xamante ni lu rafet la même su nekkul sa liggéeykaay sax ak foo mën a nekk mooy si kër yi ak feneen yëpp dafa am solo comme su nekkee ne dëkk bi nekkul loo xamante ni lu rafet la ñib si man nga nekk di xalaat nag ngay ñibse mbaa di ko jaarale ci keneen na la kooku jàppale te loolu yëpp dafa amul loo xamante ni amut sens so dëkk bu rafet daal moo am solo te tamit comme monsieur Diouf lu mu ko waxee képp kuy decide pour bàyyi na ko teel a wax balaa time bi di jot moo gën jékki-jékki rek ne damay def lii ok jërëjëf
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Ibrahim Ojara, and I am one of the most unserious ones I can say. Everything that is said here, maybe I am the one that it touches the most because I have not been coming and I have not been communicating as well. So I want to encourage all of us that is doing the same thing to try and adjust ourselves because we've heard everything Mr. Joof said. I don't need to go back to it. We all, when we came here, we give our like our voices. We have given our voices like this is what we are going to do here. So if we come here and start behaving like abnormal, that is something we have done to ourselves. And whatever that we don't get in the institution that we expected is because of ourselves. So we cannot blame anybody. So the next thing I want to talk about, Mr. Joof, I have a recommendation that I want to give pertaining the relationship between the interns and the managers. Me personally, I've not have many like a lot of experience in work, but I have done many trainings, and wherever I go to, there is something that they do, like an evaluation or something like a feedback. I know that we have it here. We do meetings, and in these meetings, interns will give their honest feedbacks to managers. So maybe sometimes the interns may feel shy to say it or afraid, but like when we have something like a suggestion box, if you go to any office, you find a suggestion box or a place where interns, where staff will, or people who come to the office will drop in their feedback. And I think that is important so that everybody can give their honest feedback about the managers, and everybody can give their honest feedback about the interns as well, or also give their honest feedbacks about the staff. So that will help us work together as managers and interns. We have a lot of issues going. I am going to say this because honestly, we have issues between managers and interns. That is the reason why interns are not listening to managers or staff are not listening to managers, because we always have problems with them. Like I don't know, maybe female behaviors. Like when you come to office, there is a lot of talking, there is a lot of wahbusel, so all of that. So the last time I have not been coming to the office to like many times, but last time I came here, I have a scenario that I want to explain, and this is an example. Like for instance, Pat Samba, I was sitting with her. I'm sorry to say this. We are Muslims and we don't go against our leaders. That is bad. But actually,
Fatu, just allow him, Fatu, just
no.
allow him to continue.
Let me just
Just allow him to,
I should permit him to talk. So I am telling him that
okay,
if
no.
just,
it is about me, let him talk.
I should do that. Okay. It was like she was complaining about Kadi doing a show, and that it was a long time before Tobaski. So Kadi did a show that she said that the show wasn't really good. So they were talking, and um, that other girl, what is her name? Adam Cisse also came in. And Fatu also told Adam Cisse to do one project, and Adam said she cannot do that project. And Fatu was talking to Adam. So Kadu said something that called the attention of Fatu. Like she was talking to Adam, but Fatu thinks Kadi was talking to her. So Fatu said, okay, you see, this is what I've been happening. They think like now I'm not going to talk to her. I'm going to go to Adam now to bring her problem. So those are things that I don't think managers should do that. Like if you have a problem with interns, it have to be dealt with professionally. Like you cannot have arguments between
the
you
mic,
and interns.
we can now hear some aesthetic, the mic is aesthetic now. Go ahead and talk.
Yes, there should not be arguments between interns and management or
Aesthetic,
staff and interns.
aesthetic. It's aesthetic all of
Okay,
us.
Mr. Jiva, are you hearing me?
It's aesthetic.
No, it's not my mask.
Can you guys change the battery or something, Fatu?
The battery is changed. We just change battery recently.
Okay.
No.
Well, if we need to change
Okay.
the mic, we can. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, are you getting me now?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. So that is what I want to bring to your attention, so that you understand that sometimes it is because of the relationships we have with the staff that brought some problems. Some of the staff may feel like I'm having hard time here, and my managers are not listening to me, or we have some kind of problems between us and them, so they leave the institution, or they don't come to the institution anymore. So all of that have been happening. So I want to call it to your attention, so that you can have because you have resolution for us that are not serious, and we take full responsibility of it. Because honestly, we are not serious. We are not honest with you. We have given our voices to you, and we are not doing it. So whatever you say, ibololum, because at the end of the day, it is us that are benefiting. It is not you. So you are not getting any. If you are getting something, it's not even much. We are the ones who are getting everything. You are training us, you are paying us. So we really appreciate that. But if we have problems on the ground, we should also be honest to tell you that these are the problems, and you should come to address it, so that we can fix all the problems that is happening. If you said we have, you come up with new resolutions for us as interns and also staff. You should also come with new resolutions for managers as well, so that they can also work on their relationship with the staff. So this is what I have for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jata. Let me talk Fatu, please. Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Jata. And Fatu, I want to give a consideration to the suggestion he just made. I would like to see a suggestion box being made to be there for interns and staff to be able to give in their suggestion to put there. And every week we can actually discuss the suggestions that have been given, or open the suggestion box in front of everybody and just read. Number two, I want to assure him and everybody else, just like Fatu said, we try our best to have a mature relationship here with everyone. And I think and want to believe and would want to encourage the managers to follow suit and follow that exactly, regardless of what it is. At the end of the day, all of you know I have an open door policy. If you don't have my number, take it. Most of you, I think, do, is in the group. If you have any concern that you feel you are not able to talk to the managers about, including Fatu herself or Ida or any of them, come to me and give it to me. Would I want you to follow bureaucracy and follow the procedures? Yes, follow bureaucracy. But if you think you want to come directly to me, feel free to come to me and tell me. If you choose to remain anonymous, if you choose your name not to be mentioned, I can assure you that I will keep your name anonymous and will address the issue. As Fatu stated, and all of them stated, and I stated myself, it's a big investment, and I would love to see this to flourish and get to places. Right now, we've been on for 2 hours, 13 minutes. It's 6 a.m. I woke up from 3:30 until now, and I'm here. I want to see this thing to go, and I would not allow anybody to be in between the success of this unless I don't have control over. But if I have control, I will take care of it. So each of you can go ahead and give your feedback here, as Jata did, if you have it. But be assured that yes, resolutions are going to be considered for the most part, and people have given resolutions here. I remember at one instance we have a meeting. Even myself, I said to colleague gave a recommendation about myself on something I need to improve on, and I consider it unconditional. So even myself, I'm open to suggestions, comments, and feedback from all of you. Thank you. Next person.
Anybody, anyone who wants to talk, you are welcome to say anything.
Correction, comment, concern, anything you want to say.
There is a mic. Anybody wants to say anything about anyone, including myself, say. We are
Any
live.
question? We have said some new things. I don't expect any side talks as soon as we finish.
Any questions about all the new resolutions we say? Any question, any comments, any feedback about the new resolutions? Lin jota wax nga mem fo. Akoy tale Fairbank fo amang koy. Set na wala setut? Lin jota wax. Dafa am ken lum si buga yokka lum si buga laajte or something.
Mr. Joof, suma baalu wala de man lu ma bëggoon a laajte moo nekk comme suñ ñëw si office bi dañ war a comme ñi sol suñ solee dara dafa war a bokk a slipin dañ war a sol cover suit te fuñ nekk si nawet la yenn cover suit yi soo ko solee yenn place yi comme mënuloo koo tëb comme dangaa duga si biir ndox bi mun na moo yaaw léegi comme dañoo continuer ñu sol cover suit si ndax lay laaj.
foog nga Aida lu mu wax is very very simple. Kenn waxut waa Aida wax na loolu kenn waxut bu kenn sol daala si office bi slippers rek leen nanguwut kenn mu sol o nga ñëw nga sol let's say daala boo xam ne amut cover comme ay naka la daala comme let's say slippers yi ñu di sol dem si marché bi like tey si suba I have a issue with somebody maa ngi koy yóbbu ku mu demal ma a very important coverage borom slippers la sol slippers yi $25. So we don't allow that because nit ki num la gisee rek la laa owale waaye soo ñëwee even su nekkee cover shoot like daala bu ma sol jël ko nga focus bala ngaa eeg red cross fii yëpp daala bala ngaa eeg nga jël sa tànk bi nga focus ko ba mu set nga eeg I think we did the same thing with Sheriff Conte bi mu ñëwee si suba ay dami ne ko baalal ma nga focus sa tànk bi but yow da ngaa dugga si taw bi nga ñëw straight rek nga dugga si I think ñun ñëpp suñu yaay dañ dee complain nawet bi ñu ne la please sooy dugga si fompal sa tànk also so any daala boo bugga sol just like man maa ngi sol daala bi waaye gis nga poto poto bi right you see di poto poto but balaa maa dugga si throughout daala bi si biti la nekkoon bi ngeen ma gisee si suba yëpp soluma daala soluma benn daala ma ko pare si biti ku mu wow so nga doon ne lii nga sol oo bul sol lele you can wear any shoe you want to wear boo feel comfortable but sooy ñëw fogasal sa tànk moo tax ñu def kapet si bunta bi but imagine right now fi ngeen toog yëpp mu ngi tilim you can just look it by yourself so it's not fair mu eewu suba teel mu ñëw mu bale yow sa daala mu ñëw mu indi suuf o man suma daala mu indi suuf that's not okay thank you.
Yes, so Nabia Ida was mostly talking about the cleanliness, as Fatu just reiterated. It was more about the cleanliness more so than the type of shoe you wear. However, though, we have a policy where people need to wear closed shoes or professional shoes depending on fanga them. So them defi coverages. Amna yena coverages, as Fatu said, that you may need to be wearing some need. It's not going to be whether nawetla or otherwise. So my recommendation about that would be whether Sibir nawet lañ nekk ndax nit yi dañ fee bàyyi daala you are going to leave a particular type of shoe here that you will wear when you come here su fekkee ne ñamba moo gën a comfortable ak yow da ngaa dugg a wàcca di éeg di dem fu nekk ibe dundat ni xor dingal ni juwel poto poto kono su dee da ngaa dugg si poto poto bi di dem di éeg di wàcca and ñamba moo gën a comfortable ak yow or any other type of shoes put that on. If you want to leave a particular type of shoe that you're gonna wear here, but at least when you go out for the coverages, dinala urne, you have something that is going to protect you. Thank you. Any other question, comment, or feedback on any of the things we've said? We've been on for 2 hours and 18 minutes. We've talked about, I've made a deliberation for 1 hour plus before I open the floor for the other managers to come in. So any question, comments, suggestions, feedback?
Concern or comments you can make it and feel free to talk. The mic is here. Feel free to talk, okay? All of you guys. Anything you feel or you have suggestion or recommendation, say it. We are an institution that is willing to learn. That's why our meeting is live. We are not afraid of what we are doing. It's very clear. Kubugawa, mungawa, okay? In any language that you feel comfortable. No, there is no comment. Nobody wants to say anything, Mr. Yu. You don't have anything?
Okay, if nobody has something, as always, let me hear one thing from every person, one thing they have learned from this discussion. We've talked about several things in the past 2 hours, so I want to hear from everyone one thing that they have learned.
Yeah, what we've done so far is to be honest to ourselves and to the institution. Whatever you did, whether good or bad, you should hold yourself responsible. Thank you.
Yes, before I give my takeaway message, I would just say this probably it might help. Despite the fact that I am the most cohamnet of the Hulu, most of the people and stuff, but I believe now like Gamma Talents gave me a platform whereas I can showcase my talent, and people have started seeing that talent in me because I've been getting a lot of feedbacks and which I think like it is important. But as well, I can remember when I started, they were like, they don't mind if an individual works here and works here. What it is important is telling them, okay, you have a job offer. Probably you can have a shift here and shift here as well. So I think just slamming the door on people that gave you a platform, in as much as you have your differences, you're not being honest to yourself, you're not being honest to the institutions, and I think as young people we need to work on that because normally it's a problem. It's not only in Gambian talents, but it's everywhere. So I think we need to work on that. Someone that gave you a platform, whereas you are getting recognition from people. One thing you can do is to be appreciative, and also when you're leaving, leave nicely. And my takeaway message will be taking directives from managers because I think it is important. Yes, that's it for today. I don't think I have much to say.
Good afternoon once again. Mr. Joof, the only takeaway message I have is as individuals and also as people working in this institution, we have to respect our time. It's very important. Yes.
Thank
Mr. Diouf man lu ma jot a jàng moo nekk ne comme nañ joxante respect ba pare comme lu ñoo munti def na nekk lu leer daal.
Okay, see, my name is Ibrahim Ajara, and what I learned is what I said. So I learned that we should be more, we should give more commitment to the office, and there are new resolutions that we should follow.
Morning to you all. My name is Modi Elmana. I don't have much to say, but the little I can say is let's try to, let's try to be punctual and regular, and respect time.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Um, lu ma jàng si waxi Mr. Diouf bi mooy fii place bi ni amut space pour affaire yi xeex ak tongo yooyu daal inshallah.
Salaamaaleykum man la Awa Sow man li ma jàng tey si li Mr. Diouf wax mooy comme nit dangay sàmm sa kàddu soo waxantee ak nit ne lii dinga koy def danga ko war a sàmm ba pare tamit soo buggee dem feneen mun na rafet daal ndax ëllëg mun nga soxlawaat dara place boobu boo defee daf lay yomb jërë ngeen jëf.
Good afternoon, Mr. Yu. I'm our cham. I have learned that we should take our soul very seriously and it should be consistent as well.
Good afternoon. I'm our Gise, and I've learned that we shouldn't look down on our, let's say, on the staffs, no matter how little they are. That we should give them the maximum respect they need.
Good afternoon once again. Mr. Joof, my takeaway message is that we should take work seriously.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Joof. It's Hazali Jara. Okay, I've understand that interns should consult managers anytime they are not coming to work or if they are going to be late. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Joof, it's been to Singate. We should take directives from our managers.
waaw dama li ma si jàng Mr Diouf man la Mohamed Mbaye Garmi li ma si jàngee mooy que ku nekk na jox sa morom cër muy manager seeg staff seeg ñëpp ndax cër moom ku ci nekk amal nga ko sa morom donte ko yaay boosam wala nangam na ku ci nekk jox sa morom cër jàng naa ko ci loolu ak it faawit ñu fonk it suñu kàddu ndax bu fekkee ni tey ni nga waxee ni bu fekkee am na ñu yàgg di dégg sa tonalité wu voix dinañ xam ne kii na ceeñ na beneen bi tamit mooy que defe naa ne loolu yàgg waxoon naa la ko wanoon naa la bot dinaa ko waxaat fii nit ñi dégg ko so far I have turned down 2 offers just to come and complete my this internship don pour wax la ni rek commitment bi ma amoon moom la amaat ba tey ak waaye lu ci mënti am rek mooy que nun dañuy respecté ñi nga xam ne ñoo ñu jiite waaye ñoom it am nañ beneen ci cër bu leen war si nun ndax liggéey barabu liggéeyukaay noonu lay doxee et que nga topp si sa kaw boos waaye sa boos xam ne ki topp ci ginnaawam nit la du mala jërëjëf.
Good afternoon, Mr. Joof. Namun karambi so far tonyati aning jiko kana tinyawonya
Kadi, everybody's voice was being heard. Your voice is fluctuating.
Hello.
Yes, Saimbe Moikane.
Okay, namun karang wolom tonyati anin tilingo anin lanaya dambongol tema anin doko fanang na sanea in order purna na dreams will achieve wolom be ke kilongati na kuyaning new sabol bondi kuol kon anin fanang namun karang siara venta bifono Mr. Yu kanyanta. Thank you. Baby man tara jelola so malafin fanay jela. Thank you. Malafi malafi fat sama ya moy apela wo kumpare.
Wow. lu ma jàng mooy moo nekk ñu research equipments yu nekk si biir because most of this equipment nekku ñu ko use mu ngi tegu foofu noonu like that te warta nekk noonu. waaw man lu ma bëggoon a wax mooy comme démba maa ngi doon waxa fii ay nit so maa ngi doon wax gaay ne comme like interns yi dëgga serious suñ waaye comme like luñ fi fekk la tamit ak nit ñi ñu nekk di liggéeyal fii da ngaa gis ne comme like dañ wax ne dañ soo ñëwee fii dañ laa jàngal dañ laa guide si loo bugg a nekk comme yeneen soo ko xamul tamit gaay nañ la ko wax waaye comme fii depuis ma fi ñëwee ma seetee mbiri daal man nekk ma ni koo xam ne comme like dama dee mer wala comme soo waxee dara loo xam ne neexuma dama dee France ma face bi man façon nit boobu la su ma ñëwee place understand ma because su ma dee xuloo understand ma nii ñu fa nekk ma stress ma kanam bi moo ma gënal ma nekk di xuloo waaw so ma ñëwee seet fii comme like mënuma understand because fii danga dee gis ne dañoo ekkati nit te si form bi binduñ loolu foofu ne fii dañoo ikkati kenn nit ne yaa war a def li yaa war a def li man léegi dama wax ne comme like nit su ma waxee ne kay nga dem nga cover ma dara duma nangu because foog naa keroog maa ngi ko doon wax Aysatu Kuli woo ko Faat Sama njëkka Faat Sama su waxee ne ma dem dinaa dem Aïssatou Coly la moo ne xanaa bëgguloo dem may ko nekku ne bëggumaa dem waaye soo ko woowee Fassama su waxee ne musu na dem dinaa dem te foog naa Aïssatou Coly bu mu la ko woowee loo wax mooy Aïssatou Touré na dem keroog tamit démba foog naa ay kii Awa Thiam mu ma ko doo wax moom tamit moo ko wax ko Fassama because man bugg ma wax bu bari luñ fi dee wax mooy kenn bu mu àndaa benn caméra passé te fekk waxuloo ko gaay yeneen danga fii nekk di liggéey ngay dégg ne comme like fii soo gisee sax nit ñi nekk di tayal dégg dañ nekk di liggéey pour ñu am dara ëllëg waaye lu nekk di def nekkul ne pour Mr Joof lañ ko nekk di def suñu boppa lañ ko nekk di def day nekk di jànga pour suñu boppa pour ëllëg ñu mën a njëriñ suñu boppa waaye dangaa gis ne dangaa ñëw fii ñu laa wax ne diw mooy def nii diw moo def nii nit soo ko joxut chance doo xam lu mun soo gisee fii ñu bëri tayal loolu rek moo tax dangaa bëgg a def lii sax ñu ne la déedéet defal nii soo waxee ne dangaa recycle toogal si caméra la dangaa dégg jógal defal nii keroog nu turaati sax lii Moussa Jine bi man maa ko doon sut fii man naa kii Moussa Jaata waaye asa si dama si gis suma boppa because Adam bu mu saatee di ñëw seen biir Gambie lu nekk laa dee dégga Adam noo dee sutee mooma ne Adam noo dee defee nii mooma ne Adam noo dee defee nii mooma ne dama si gis suma boppa te nekkul man rek la sax ñu bari fii ñoo si gis seen boppa lu moo tax gaay tayal su luñ nekk di def so after loolu ma ne xaaral ma bàyyi because am na benn déela sax maa ngi toog seen biir Gambia show bi defuma dara yéen a ngi doon wax sax mu ngi mel ni sa nekk ma di dégga loo leen doon wax si caméra bi si computer bi laa doon concentré even benn mistake su si amoon sax du ma doon jóg pour defar ko because boolewule ma si seen biir Gambia show bi te nekkut man rek because fii waxul leen ne ku mun dara nañ ñëw wala ku munul dara bum ñëw da ngeen wax ne nit su ñëwee da ngeen koo gaay so even koo xam ne munul dara sax foog naa ne borom mun naa bokk si loolu Adam bu mu demee su ma nekkoon kenn dama ne du ma ko def because biir Gambie bu mu doon neex dugaluñ ma si boole woon ma si su ma fa nekkee sax dang dee dégg ñu wax ne Adam yaa dee def li Adam yaa dee def li Adam yaa dee def li so even nit su paree pour jànga sa borom na faa tayal soo gisee man ma di ko def nekku ne dama ko def pour waa office bi pour ñu wax ne musu moo dee def lii musu moo dee am nii musu moo dee defuma ko pour waa office bi suma boppa laa ko def nga gis ëllëg fu ma munti def du ma soona te mbiri life bi nekku ne comme like maa ngi pare dem loolu moo tax comme like maa ngi yàkkamti lu nekk ma bugga ko mun du loolu dama bugga ëllëg su ma demee feneen nga gis du ma soona so comme like loolu Mr Joof daf ko war a seetaati bu baax ay mbiri luñ fi nekk di def dafa rafetut because fii foog naa ku fi gën a nekk xale foog naa ma juumut moo nekk Seynabou fii ñëpp mag la soo waxee ne comme la yow manager nga yeneen danga koo def wala dangaa nekk fii di gaaruwaale nit ñi man bu ma waxee ne Mr Joof ne dama numtara sax December dama bàyyi lu nekk laa fi doon dégga waa office bi moom ku dem moom office bi mu fi office bi ku dem office bi mu fi wala office bi moom xaw ma naka so loolu Mr Joof daf ko war a seetaati bu baax loo rafetut as a manager foog naa danga war a nekk mag even xale nga sax ñoo fi mag ñooñu ay interne waaye foog naa danga war a def sa boppa mag nga bàyyi yeneen dafa rafetu
Yes, I want to react to Musulinga Wahmono, right? I want to react to it. And it's a couple of perspectives. Bena, the feedback that you give about managers, whoever it is, including Fat Samba, to watch the way they talk to you guys is not only brought forward by you, Mohammed Garmi raised it, Jata raised it, and if my managers are here, I want all of you to come in and listen to this. All the managers, call everybody if they are not here. Let them come and listen to what I have to say. All the managers, let them come and listen to this.
Yeah, Mr. Joof, we are all around.
Okay. I have heard feedback from the interns equally. As we sat and we had our meetings, we talk about the things that are happening in the institution. I want to inform the interns that we do internal diagnosis, which means when we sit to talk, managers would raise concerns and some of the things that you guys come up with. And I can tell you that Aissatou Diallo, who has been here for the most part,
as the MOD for the morning shift, will always give feedback that she hears from you guys that has to do with other managers, but not Aisatu alone. We all discuss among ourselves. When we come, we bring to you what concerns you. There are feedback that you gave, and for the most part, we will do or take action about those feedback. I want to assure you that we do internal diagnosis of the management team and the things that we may need to improve on based on our observation. But it is good to hear it directly from you guys. I want to tell you, the managers, that Ken do fi papi Ken do fi yayi Ken do fi mami Ken, wala boog Ken do fi buri Ken. Man suma bopa, I don't yell, I don't scream, I don't disrespect any of you. And I don't want any of you to disrespect anybody. You are giving jobs to do, and you have directives to give. You are doing it on behalf of the institution, but the language you use, the tone of voice you use, and your demeanor, your comportment, and everything must be watched. Sumade Wahakian. And as much as today I am not laughing, I'm not in the mood to laugh because I'm very mad. I'm not laughing today, but I haven't disrespected any of you. Limapi Wahib is based on facts, and those of you that have spoken, I think most of you have acknowledged ne lima wahlu amla. Kuma agreement again la, you betray my trust and our trust, and you do things that are different from what we agreed on. However, I want to reiterate again to all of you, the manager, that your language is very important. The language you use. You are nobody's father, you are nobody's mother, you are nobody's mom, or you are their leaders, and leaders are supposed to lead by example. So I am appealing to all of you to watch the language you use, to watch the words you use, to watch your tone of voice, to watch your demeanor when you talk to people. You can be firm in what you say as long as you are implementing the policies of the institution. But can what can what saga can what use any derogatory language against anybody. This this is feedback that has come from multiple interns, and I take every feedback serious. Do you, the managers, hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now that said, though, Musu, I want to say this to you as well. Gis nga kuy janga, danga wara xam. And I don't see anything wrong with su fekkee at this point. I want you to take it. Yow ak ñep. Pour ñu use people as example is okay. Man suma boppa def naa ko fii. And everywhere it is said, ku def lu baax dañ ko war a recognize. Input determines output. Te ñun dañ dee wax agum. And Musu yow sa boppa, when you are here, when you first came, I have recognized you multiple times. We have recognized you multiple times. Tey jii sax, I did recognize you for the fact that you have given us the notice to say that you are going to leave in December. That is a positive thing. I'm using you as an example for others to learn from. So I don't think that is wrong for the managers to use on any of you to say ne jangalen si diw sangam, jangalen si diw sangam. I use Haida as an example. I use Musa as an example. I use Danjo as an example. Waxuma ko pour gaaruwaale kenn si yéen. None of you. Su fekkee ne waxi gaaruwaale la. It's not okay. It's not tolerated. But pour ne diw sangam is doing things the right way, jangalen si, I think ku nekk si yéen you should be able to learn from those type of things. If it is said ne jangalen si Danjo, jàngaleen si Danjo xale yu góor yi fi nekk yëpp I expect them to emulate Musa Jata, and I'm not apologetic about that because it's a fact. Musa is doing a lot of things the right way. Ndax dafa perfect 100% did it. Su ma ne xale jigéen yëpp jàngaleen si Aida Kebe, I mean it, and I'm not apologetic about it because Aida is genuinely doing a lot of things the right way. Is she perfect? Did it. Dimbarek, when we had our meeting, I expressed disappointment with Aida, with some things that that she did that I think she didn't do right. Barki Demba si Monte Birada. Bima amag mo meeting ak Fat Samba. There were certain things I told her. Dama ko deglu mo abe pare mane ko, I'm very disappointed with you. We talked about it, we addressed it. Mu jeex benn yoon. Aida fights with Fat Samba. We have disagreements amongst ourselves. So I'm encouraging you, Musu, and all of you not to keep things in you. So voice would leak out. And I am telling you, you will not find any perfect institution, and this is for all of you. Can see and to find ben perfect institution because people forget them. Dingen for faker things that you don't like. Certain things that would not happen the way you want it. No institution is perfect. So fekkee na so gisee loolu laay doo ko mun a wax wala doo ko express sa boppa. Maybe if the institution gonna give you that opportunity being amni at Gambian Talents, it doesn't exist everywhere. Last week la am kuma call di ma wax loolu man pour wax ak moom something, and the person told me nema I talked to a couple of people ñu ma wax ne seen institution bi lii ak lii nga nekk di def foofu noonu da ngeen dee am meetings and yéen rek lañ gis si media house yi ñoo xam ne consistently dañoo am permanent meeting, and this is not only media houses in Gambia. A lot of institutions don't have these weekly meetings, and when we have it, we are opening up to all of you pour ngeen wax li ngeen bugga. I have an open door policy. Jël leen seen téléphone yi ngeen call ma su ngeen amee lu leen naqari, and I can assure you, even if you don't want your name mentioned, I will not mention your name. Managers yi am nañ fi ay issues with interns, ma jox interns yi dégg si seen kaw, because I listen to both parties to talk. And that is why when whoever was talking and Fatu wanted to intercept, I said, Fatu, don't say a word. Allow them to say what they want to say. So dama leen a jàngal pour ngeen xam seen soxla. So gisee dara di go on ne okay lii man duma si lii. Let me give you an example. Somebody left this institution or was fired and either took their position. So either toogoon di wax loolu yow mun nañoo raise sa grade yow Musu or anybody else because somebody else left. So toogee di wax ne okay diw sangam su demee man duma def lii kooku mun naa dem ñu jox la palaasam whether dafa quit or otherwise. People come and go, the institution stays, and it's important that you and all of you pour ngeen xam lii. I'm glad you raised it, and it will be taken seriously. And I'm telling each of you, Kufi manager waxal su waxee yow you don't like it, wala dafa wax ak yow comme sa doom or in a very derogatory language, bring it to my attention and I can assure you that I will fix it. Right? Thank you, Muso. Next person. Have anybody?
Yeah, Mr. Joof.
Yes.
Somebody told me that sometimes we take projects from them, and sometimes then they farfalatel as managers. And I want to say this, and I think yesterday we talked about it, because sometimes projects are given to people not because we don't want them to do it, but kune kadafa am area. I think yesterday we were having meeting. Either you said, "Ne, buma even last gadgets because I'm going to spoil everything." Didn't you say that? Aissatou Diallo is here. She's here for a while. You didn't see Aissatou Diallo in any major program right now, this current minute. Julie Bila and everything, we are all going. Adama will come night, but today he is here daytime. We are all going out, and we will be leaving Aissatou in this office. Not because we don't want Aissatou not to go with us, but it's because people that will be there can do it more than Aissatou. Sometimes Aissatou Diallo will assign and say, okay, I want Ida Quebec to do this. And I feel that Ida cannot do it. I would give it to another person, not because I want that particular person more than the next person. And I am saying this again. I have no friend. Latel Ida Munalakawa or Latel Musa. I have no friend. There is no friend. If there is friend, whenever there is salary, Damako others my friend. I have no friend. I don't know anybody. See office, but I know nobody. Amul ken kuma fi dekal koñ. Amul ken ko xamne fa bok ak suma yaay. Nobody.
All right.
Amul ken ko xamne dama
Thank
xam
you.
magam or dama xam rakam.
Thank you, Fatu. Thank
So
you.
people are
Thank you.
saying that
Thank
we
you,
are giving
Fatu.
our
Thank
project
you.
to
Thank
people
you,
we want
Fatu.
to give.
Let me come
It's
in
not
there,
like
Fatu.
that.
Let me come in there. I'll give another typical example of Maimuna Jaju and how she came into the Beer Gambia show that you referenced, which is, of course, by somebody being absent. And in fact, 2 weeks ago or last week, the Beer Gambia was done by people. None of the people, Fat Samba, Maimuna, or Aishat was here. It was done by Sisao and a few other, I forgot who and who did it. And they called me into the show. And I could tell that I said it to Fatu that you guys were not here, but those people have the best show. I mean, as far as the Beer Gambia is concerned. So Kenyan Kufi Nekut is an opportunity for you to step up. Ñu xam loo mun. That's how Kadi Ture was spotted out. Sefal was supposed to do a project and Sef wasn't here or somebody else. And the 3 years Jotna people were coming and we empowered Kadi and based on what she does. So yo so mune dara wala nga buga opportunity. Nga wane ko. I have said it. Let people show what they can do, show commitment and discipline. We do not want to see degrees, university degree or anything, but show commitment and willingness to learn and availability. So Erek, you will be able to do a lot better with the institution and you will see yourself flourish and excel. So thank you very much to all of you. If nobody else has anything else to say, remember all the things that we said. We would like to see new schedule that is picked by each and every one of you. All the things that we said are very important. If any of you wants to leave, like I said, it is okay for you to leave. Do it the right way. We have a closure, but know that you are betraying a trust. So we are very much serious with everything that is said. Gis ngeen ne tey réewuma kafuma jóguma. Everything I say is very serious and is very important. Do not buy the finger that feeds you. And remember, yéen ñëpp àndu leen ngeen ñëw fii. Wax bi bari na, as some of you have alluded to, multiple people said it. Jata wax na ko ne wax bu sew bi daf dee bari. Musu you reference to it. Some of you said it. I most of you are young people. Most of you are young people. Most of you are young ladies. And wax bu sew bi by default daf dee mun a bari si yooyu. It's not specific to Gambian talents and we cannot say ne it's not going to happen at all. But we want to minimize it and that is why we are having this discussion. Gannaaw ay jaama families lañ am boñ ak làmmeñ ñoo dëkk dañoo am problème suñ biir kër yi dañoo am problème. And as much as I am mad today, I have vented out and said what is in me. Su ngeen ko fixé rek jaama ne ñooy ñu delluwaat si waxtaan kafre ak tooñante nga murul nag am jelol ning ku kotengol lan ka membe ka ñoo tooñeng. I just want things to be fixed and nobody is going to or should hold anything against any of you because of what you said. I will not hold anything against any of you, including what you might have said about me. And the same thing, Fat Samba, Aida Musa, or any of them should not and must not hold anything against any of you. We have concerns and issues we have raised. You have concerns and issues you have raised. We address them. You take care of it. Jamane Nyoy. So let's take care of it that way. I am not smiling today to gis ngeen lolu, but I want each and every one of you to look at it and go back and look at the documents you have signed. Remember the day you apply for this internship. Remember the day you were interviewed and the things that we talked about and your commitment. Remember the day of the orientation and remember your first week and 2 weeks, how you were acting and how serious and disciplined you are, and you follow what you said you are going to do. Fulfill your commitment. We fulfill our commitment, Jamane Nyoy. There are certain things that we will continue to fix. It's a work in progress. It's not a perfect institution, but thank you all very much. And I look forward to seeing improvement, starting with you giving your timetable to the management right now or whenever you can before the end of this week at least. And starting next week, all the things that we said, see you, I'm sure, you def show, you wanna know the days that times that you choose, you respect it and you follow it. Su ko defee jaama ne ñooy. Do not follow what some of you, your colleagues are telling you. It might be based on jealousy, it might be based on this and based on that. Mun ngeen a nekk nag di wax su leen neexee, but at the end of the day, you may know that, well, this person maybe am na beneen opportunity that I may not have. So thank you very much for the meeting and each and every one of you for attending. Thank you. And for those of you that are watching us online as well, thank you. We are a transparent institution. Those of you that are watching us online, we are a transparent institution. Everything we say here is what we mean. Thank you for following us and thank you for all the feedbacks that you have given. We appreciate it. Don't forget to follow us. In a little bit, we will be having covering the live debate between Halifa Saleh and Dr. Ismail Assise that is hosted by Paradise TV. We will be doing some analysis prior to going on air. So follow us on the GTTV. In a short while, we will be going live for you to actually diagnose and talk about that. Thank you guys very much.